All right, welcome back, everybody. It's me, Burrito. We're back here on the 1 to 90. I know I'm level 90, but there's so much more to do still. So we're back in the Myyydril Caverns, having completed our... Oh my goodness, I forgot I get stims back outside. Having completed our journeys into the Edie, the Harak Glade, and the Ryat Trail. We even completed the Rage of the Wookiees, official Rage of the Wookiees quest line. The expansion was called Rage of the Wookiees, but the main quest line is defeating Lord Zssik, which gives you the Rage of the Wookiees badge, which we can see that I showed last stream, but you see it's right there. That's how you get the Rage of the Wookiees badge. Defeat Lord Zssik Blackscale, Enslaver of Kachiro. But we're not done with the Blackscale. We still got more to do with them, but I thought we'd take a break from the Trandoshan slavers, and we move back over to Myyydril and finish up what we started here. I could sell those, I guess. Forgot to grab my box of stims here. When you're level 90 and if you're having a hard time doing content, you're just questing, always go find an officer to get you some of these stims. You can usually find them in Mos Eisley, AFKing, or sometimes player cities or even other cities. Like sometimes there's one at Theed Spaceport. But just they usually have macros as vitamin group. Take what you need out of the box. If you're about to go run a heroic with your friends and none of you have an officer that drops stims, take the box. If you're just gonna go do something short, just take one, you know. Oh, thanks for following. I appreciate you watching on YouTube or following on here. I hope the holocron grind goes well. I know that it can be exhausting considering that the spawns to get holocrons are usually pretty contested, at least in my experience. A really good example is at the Force Hunters Crystal Cave in the northwest of Dantooine. I have never not seen that place filled to the brim with people trying to get holocrons. Also, the quest that we have to pick up here, by the way, is collecting Warrow leaves, which Warrow leaves spawn from the Alderon plant-looking flowers that grow in this cave, and they're near the white Synthres. You don't click the white Synthres, they just happen to be there. Also, there is a unique Uwari beetle in here named Death Swarm. I don't know where the swarm comes in, but he's there if you're ever curious. I don't believe he drops anything interesting, but yeah, some people choose to do the holocron grind the good old-fashioned way, farming Night Sisters or Force-sensitive hunters, or just Force-sensitives on Dantooine. If you ever find somebody AFKing in the middle of nowhere, like one or two NPCs on Dantooine or Dathomir, chances are they're trying to get a holocron. The way that my friend got his holocrons beta, he did it by just grinding Deathwatch Bunker for liquid drops, then selling the liquids, and then just buying the holocrons. But that requires a little bit of a different setup, and can't really AFK that since Deathwatch Bunker is a no macro dump zone, or it's a macro dump zone, so you can't just park your character in there like you can on some Dantooine or Dathomir spawns. All right, but we got our Warrow leaves, and we're going to run back down to the cantina in the Myyydril village, because specifically the cantina girl there wants to make some drinks out of them. Need 2 hollows from the waste pack, and then you complete the meditation collection. Nice. Well, the waste pack is probably the hardest one to complete, specifically that 4-5 Sith holocron, so I wish you good luck in looting one. If you already got that one, then the hard part's out of the way. Alright, so here's the cantina girl. I smell Warrow nectar all over you. Please step back, ma'am. Thank you for getting it. Now I can make my favorite drink. Let me stir up a few. I knew my pension's been wanting for it for a while. I respect trying to get accents in here, but it just doesn't translate well. You should try me Warrow Surprise. I bet you like it. Talk with me after I made some drinks. You know, we've got a lot to do around here. The next person you should visit is me girl, Noaka, here in the cantina. She's been needing some help. I'll go speak with her. Thank you. You be safe now. Noaka says... she seems startled as the bracket stuff. I'm not reading that again. Who are you and what do you want? I'm here to help you. Kavir sent me. Oh, well, I doubt you can help with my problem. Try me. I'm really good at helping people and murdering people. You seem nice, I guess. Fine. Telling you can't hurt, can I? One of my most prized possessions, my grandmother's jewelry box, went missing the other day. I have no idea where I could have placed it. I mean, I remember going to the Crystal Gardens right outside the village, but I just can't seem to remember where my jewelry box can be. I'll look for it. I'll try and find it for you. I really hope you can find it. I was hoping to pass it on to my children. Good luck. So this crystal box is heading towards the dangerous area of the caves. So not the way you came in. So we're going to go down this way, and I'll show you right where it is. That's the one you need. It's one for 10 mil in the market. Yeah, I know. People are... here's a fun story. So when I started playing on Legends 4 years ago, the 4/5 Sith Waste Pack Holocron would go for 30 to 35 mil. It's now down to 10 mil. So when I read discourse on like the Discord server of people being like, it's too expensive to be a Jedi, I'm like, back in my day, it was 3 times as expensive. That's why my friend Beta farmed liquids in Deathwatch, because he would need to farm like 2 or 3 liquids just to buy a 4/5. All right, so we're here at the bridge that spans the chasm over into the dangerous zone. And the jewelry box is right in the middle on the little, like, stalagmite platform here. It's hard to tell. It just kind of goes down into the abyss. This is a really cool, unique area, though. Like, I was coming in through here to take some screenshots of the environment for thumbnails, and I was like, you know, no other area in the game really looks like the Myyydril Caverns. I know some people might laugh, well, it's got some copy-paste cave layouts in some sections. I'm like, well, yeah, but for the most part, a lot of the cave layouts pretty unique. You don't see those big, long, like, tethered bridges anywhere else. It has a variety of color palettes and different accents for different areas. So like the village, which is lit by a lot of fires, is a lot warmer than like the cool tones of the dangerous Tyrannosaur areas that are lit by like the crystals, or the starting area that's like more white and kind of surreal, alien-y. Somebody put a lot of work into designing the Kashyyykan environments, and I appreciate it. It makes having to run them on foot all the time a lot more tolerable. Oh, we're at my officer bus almost. Wrong person. Did you find it? Yes, I did here. Oh, thank you. However, did you find it? It was a lot of luck, let me tell you. Not really. I believe you. Stay here. I put this away. I have something to tell you. So we got, so we got the Whirl Surprise, which is, I believe it's a single use. I usually keep it for decoration, even though it's just kind of like your base bottle. Gives you 20 agility, strength, con for 15 minutes. What a reward. But here's the other Wookiee totem. This one sits like more of a meditative state. So this one also lights up, though. Keep that in mind. But we talked to Nawika again. She says, you know, you should speak with Chief Kalrak. There's no doubt that he'll be wanting to speak with you after all you've done. You're quite the topic of conversation around here. Oh, really? I should go then. Be on your way. I hope he thinks favorably of you. Come back and visit me sometime, will you? She was quite cold, but now we just do one favor for her. Now we're besties. So I always wondered if they had more quests planned, because it's like, they're always like, these NPCs are come back later, talk to me, but then they immediately send you off to somebody else. So there's the chief. I've heard about the great many accomplishments you are contributing to our village. You are an honorable addition to our community. Thank you. I have more tests for you. Please talk to me in a few moments. I have much to think about regarding your role in our village. I decided to trust you, and I have tasks only set for the most willing and noble of our people. So far, you have proven yourself. We often find ourselves in unfortunate situations. Recently, it seems we have an influx of Urtosaurus infestation in the halls beyond this village. I need you to kill 15 of them. That's quite the task, but I'm willing. Good, go forth and slaughter them, so we may live in continued peace. I don't think culling the population on its own is really going to fix that for you, but whatever, we'll do it. All right, so we're back at the bridge over to the Tyrannosaur and Dangerous area. One thing I want to note before we continue, this is rated as a level 80 group quest, and I do recommend doing these quests as a group. It'll save you a bit of time, but I'm going to show that, yes, it is soloable by doing it as my melee officer here, but you're going to definitely want to be buffed for this. So we're going to take our officer stim. I'm going to take some Shadow Paw here, and then we're going to take we'll go one-handed melee damage. I think speed will be big, and I believe the Tyrannosaurs can put a disease. So we'll do some disease-resistant food. But you can see they're level 76 elites. Well, let's just rip open on them. Oh yeah, let's put our macro on here for our little action generation. So you can see that they're pretty tough, but not too tough for us. They do hurt a little bit, though, when we get 3 of them on us. Oh, actually, I have more than 3. That's more than 3. My guys, I know I'm popular, but please, form an orderly queue. Okay, well, I guess I should be a little bit more careful. That was more like 5. So we'll go down this way. Alright, we only need 3 more after that group. This next room has a lot in there, so I'm not going to try and pull them all at once. If you're ever having a hard time soloing a tough enemy that's melee only, if your profession has a snare or a root of some sort, you can always use those and run them around. You can also be careful and just try and aggro some, pull them out here. Use some AoEs that are a little bit smaller or further away from other enemies. I gotta drop core bomb on my feet, wait for him to run over. If you're proficient without any snares or roots, then obviously that strategy's not going to be working as well for you. However, if you ever really want that and you don't mind the extra credit and time investment, you can always become a Beastmaster, get a pet that has a snare or root, or one that just does a good job of keeping the enemy's attention off of you. And that will allow you to survive some occasions. Like if I was to go Beastmaster Officer here, I actually would probably be able to solo even more content than I already can. Beastmaster is just a really powerful PvE tool. Can be also very powerful for PvP, just becomes more situational. Situational and build dependent. But Officer Beastmaster is pretty good. Specifically because you don't really lose a lot of inspiration proc chance, as the Beast Heal and Beast Soothing Comfort abilities, those can actually proc inspiration. So you can always spam those to help proc inspiration for your group, because if you go full like Beastmaster, you're going to be missing out on either your pistol or melee abilities that help you proc inspiration. So those kind of help mend that wound. But we're back with the Chief now. Remarkable, I've heard of your success, my friend, against the Urnosaurus. Our people have calmed more and are going about their normal lives again. We thank you. I'm glad to have helped. You deserve a token of our gratitude. Please accept this. Thank you. Gave us 4,800 credits. Or 4,000 credits? Okay. Cool. Some things you'll note that I got is you get a lot of random unique junk loot from the Urnosaurus. You can also get ISOs that are worth keeping, so check the stats on those. These we do sell to a junk dealer. The Noctra crystals, though, are weapon components. These, again, aren't too hard to get, so if you're running out of inventory space, don't worry. You can delete these. Like, don't worry about it. But if you want to keep them and sell them, you can. Probably sit on your vendor for a little bit or on the bazaar. We find ourselves in a constant unease in regards to the Urnosaurus. However, and we must strike them at their base. This time I need you to collect 20 eggs from the Urnosaurus egg sacs loaded about the gas cavern. Very dangerous, but just my style. I'll do it. That is in character for Vum. Maybe not for a Jedi, but alright. Your Eunice is refreshing and a little reckless. You're a great warrior in our eyes, however. Please go and come back safely. So this quest is going to be having us go back to the same area and clicking on those egg sacs again. We've clicked on one of those egg sacs before for Chief Karatamba. But 20 is a lot higher than 1, and we can't click on the same one repeatedly, so we're going to have to run through. Luckily, I think the Urnosaurus's respawn timer isn't too terribly, or isn't very short. So I think we'll be able to get through without having to slay too much. Luckily, though, I'm very fast. So they're going to have a hard time stopping me. Yeah, the goal of this one is just basically click as many eggs as possible and then get out. You want to stick to clicking eggs towards the front of the cavern because once you get through to the end, we're going to see more bridges like this, and these bridges are not going to have any more eggs on them, and you're just going to have to travel a further distance to complete the objective, and then travel a further distance to get back and turn it in. So I recommend just trying to click these all as fast as possible. Again, you're going to want to be having Akragam going, or an entertainer buff with Go with the Flow, so you just move through this area quickly. I have Akragam on as my entertainer buff is stacked with armor, crit chance, and glancing blow to give me a little bit more survivability and damage against the creatures we'll be fighting today, as they will be a little bit tougher. They're going to be in line, if not more dangerous than the black scale compound we did last time. So I'm trying to keep my wits about myself and not die too much here. I do have a medic on standby should I need some backup. But you can see I was able to collect all 20 eggs from just this front area alone without having to even get within aggro range of any of the other Urnosaurs. And now we just got to run on back. If you are to do this, I'd still take friends. Obviously, like, I'm doing this alone, and the medic that I have is my alternate character who just follow me and put me with medicine. But there's diminishing returns when it comes to soloing content. This isn't too slow. Now, there was the Rage of the Wookiees quest I did earlier, the Black Scale Compound, since I was able to just run by most encounters anyways, which would be just as fast as if 8 players were there destroying them. You know what I mean? Not even stopping for combat, just running through it. But this quest line isn't needed to gain access to the boss of this area. It's just to get XP, which the XP is pretty good. 103,000, and I didn't even spend like a couple minutes just going on and clicking eggs, and the last one was about 100k. So it's really good XP for leveling, and that's an area that I come to do it. But if you're not super geared and you're having a trouble with this at level and you're not leveling with a friend, the Myyydril Caverns is definitely an area where I might suggest maybe skipping and coming back to later, or finding someone to help you with it. Back with the chief, though, he says, I've heard news of your success. Soon we will see dwindling numbers in the ranks of the Urnosaurus, thanks to your continued efforts. But still, a greater threat looms on the horizon. What new threat? We'll speak of this soon. For now, thanks for the 3,000 credits. For now, I suggest taking a long-needed breath of air before throwing yourself deeper into our cavern. A big battle looms ahead. Take this. You'll need it. Thanks. Come speak with me again when you're ready. Speaking with him again, he says, you wish to know of the new threat looming before us. The Urnosaurs operate around a central nervous system. We only know her as the Mother Brain. Metroid called. They want the character boss name back. She is the key to the Urnosaur's functionality, and we must stop her. I need your help on that. Says, sounds dangerous. It is. I suggest bringing several friends. We cannot offer you help in this matter. Our soldiers, what little we have, are helping our people elsewhere. It is solely up to you. We do not know where the Mother Brain makes her rest. But you must find her, and soon. I'll do it. I'll go check the plan of Zebis right away. The chief says, you're a brave soul indeed. Go then. You'll find her in the deep depths. Capital D, capital D. Deep depths. I hope you'll return safely. All right. Somebody's just... You know what? I never really thought about it, but the Urnosaurus kind of do look like a Metroid creature. A Metroid-like creature. I'll put a comparison on for those watching in YouTube, but if you're watching here on Twitch, you just Google it really fast. Or, I don't know. It never registered with me that this... I thought it was like the Queen Urnosaur or something. I didn't realize it was literally just called Mother Brain. That's hilarious. Oh, that's probably why. Because the quest is called Mother Queen. And it says, go defeat the Mother Queen. I think the NPC's name is Mother Queen, but the chief calls it Mother Brain. There must have been a change at one point. Maybe someone on staff or in development who was implementing this quest realized that you can't just rip off Metroid like that, even if you didn't mean to, and changed it. I have no idea. Either way, we can see some of the Urnosaurs we defeated are respawning, but we're just going to ignore them. We're just going to run by, because if I was to stop and kill all the flowers, they would take a bit to defeat. And luckily, I don't believe they have snares, so even if you don't have movement speed increases like scatter or charge like officers do, you should still be okay to run by them as long as you don't aggress too many. We gotta find the Mother Queen, though. I'm trying to remember where she is. And I'm coming up blank. I'm gonna be honest. I don't hang out in the Myyydril Caverns much. Is she back here? No, I think I remember where she is. I think she's opposite of the route you would take to go to the actual area boss. The real boss. Also, I like how warped this path is because they stretch the textures. I don't know. So if you wanted to go to real boss, you go down here, I think. But we're gonna go up because I think she's back up here. Also, this might be the last quest that the village gives you. I am not positive. Level 81, 136,000 XP. Doop doopy doop doop. There's the Mother Queen. Okay, we're gonna plop that there, pop that there, put this here. Let's go, dude! You know what? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have AoE'd. Oop, that's alright, I only pulled one. Okay, we're done. That was easy. Never mind. Crisis averted. Die. Thank you. Alright, well that's done. Let's go back. Not very climactic, is it? There's nothing in here to click, right? I'm not missing anything. No? I thought that maybe that could be a cool collection item, but nope. Alright, we're going back. Here comes that spice illness. Oh no, Purge. You're gonna see me in this endgame play get a lot of mileage out of the officer's debuff Purge when we get to Mustafar. There's a lot of silly stuff you can purge with it. It's really good. Not that it's wholly unique to officer, but there's not a lot of professions that can purge debuffs like I mentioned earlier. And Medic's the only one that can purge it on other allies. We're back with the Chief, though. No words can express how much our community is thankful for all that you've done for us. You've defeated the Mother Brain. A remarkable feat. Please accept our deepest thanks in humanity. I spared the animals, dude. Don't worry. It was my pleasure. You are a hero in our eyes. I wish there were more for you to help us with, but alas, it is not so. Please enjoy the rest of our community has to offer. Additionally, please take this. It is all we can offer. Thank you. So we got the Urnosaur Soul Leasher, which if you look at it, it's a pretty neat sword. I think it's the same skin, though, used for the Masasi bullet. No, it's a little different. Never mind. I think you can get the skin somewhere else, though. But it's pretty neat. What level is that weapon? Level 80? At least that's appropriate to the quest, not like the Cavano and Great Staff level 56 that we got for the Black Scale compound. But whatever. Alright, so we've completed the main string of quests here. However... Oh yeah, so the Mystic is actually telling me to find Yakra Ness. Wasn't that just the... Oh, no, it's the medical nurse. Yeah. So there's more things to do here now that we've kind of proven ourselves as a village. So let's focus on that before we get to anything too spicy. She's up here. I don't believe this person has anything to say. Oh, yeah, they actually gotta give you... They do respawn after completing the main quest. I've never really talked to some of the other NPCs. Hero, huh? I suppose I'll allow it. You probably shouldn't be wandering around aimlessly. Do help. Go help someone. Like who? Yakra or Ateria? What about that little creepy fella Izdan? There's tons left to do. I'll speak with them. Is Ikran Izdan we already helped? I don't think he has any more. No more things to do. Thanks for the stone. Yeah, so we already helped him. So let's talk to her. Yaka. I've never seen your face before. I would have remembered someone with such a kind features as yours. Who are you? Kind features. I mean, sure, we'll go with kind. Maybe she likes dogs. Maybe she's a dog person. I'm just a passerby. No, I'm the hero now. What the fuck? My hero, my name is Yakra Ness. I am the medical caretaker of the Myyydril people. My work is hard, but very rewarding. The Myyydril tribe has become my family over the years. What's a pretty lady like you doing down here? Oh, I don't know if I'm swung that way, but I'll take it. Oh, it's such a long story. Surely you don't want to hear about that. I'm afraid it's pretty boring. Nonsense, I want to hear it. Okay, well, long ago, I was the medical doctor aboard the TS Sunstriker stationed here in Kashyyyk. The crew and I were here to help the Resistance with the Wookiee slavery incident. I was here to lead my team into helping fallen Wookiees get back on their feet and back to a place where they could be safe. Where is your crew now? Well, the Empire launched an attack at our camp, a camp they used to control and a place where they would harbored Wookiee slaves. My crew panicked and boarded the TS Sunstriker, launching into the Kashyyyk skies and leaving me here. At the time, I was gathering more medical supplies from drop-off spots along the riverbank. Must have been terrible. Were you their captain? No, just their medical advisor. The captain of their ship just miscounted her crew, and I was left here during the confusion. But I'm happy here. I really love the Myyydril people. They took me in as their own. That was very nice of them. Indeed it was. Hey, you seem like a very nice person. Times here have been rough, and there's plenty to do, unfortunately. Another case of poltervirus has struck our peaceful community. Like poltergeist? Is it turning them into ghosts? I love to help. Well, at this time, we need web weaver blankets. Web weaver blankets are used to soothe our afflicted patients. They are made from the silk of web weavers, which can be found in the forest beyond our cave. Luckily, it doesn't take much to make them. Still, we've run out of the silk we need. I need 20 strands of it to make enough blankets for everyone. Do you think you can help us? Yes, I will. I'm so glad. Thank you, my friend. Please hurry back to the blankets. Lift the affected spirits. I'm afraid they're dwindling fast. All right, let's talk to the other person. Well, if it isn't the hero, what are you up to these days? I was hoping you know. Becoming the hero is quite the privilege. There are many company of hero. Anyone in particular? Yakra. So, Twi'lek we just spoke with. You. Yakra. They're all telling me to go talk to the same person. I didn't know they'd all direct you, to be honest. I guess I never really spoke with most of the village people. One of the other ones said to speak with somebody with an A name. Maybe they're down this way. I guess I know... Oh, you know what? Maybe that was the front guard. And that we already spoke with them. Shady doesn't want us. He'll want us later. Dr. Kinsworthy will be relevant later. But I'm just making sure he doesn't have anything else to say. Let me check with the guards at the front before we... Well, I mean, we're going to have to go past them to get back out anyways. Because I don't think using the crystal to get out of here will be much faster. Since it'll take us all the way back to Kachiro. No. Who the hell is... This person referenced somebody by name, but I can't find them. Maybe it's the Mystic? No, it's not the Mystic. They're naming an NPC I can't find? Interesting. Okay, well, I'll look them up while I try and navigate the character. While I try and navigate myself up out of the cavern. Wait, this character doesn't have a Wookiee... It has a Wikipedia page, but not a Legends wiki page? Or SWG... This NPC is not on the SWG wiki, but it's on the Wikipedia page. Okay, I can't find where the hell this NPC is, so I'm just not going to worry about it. She exists. Alright, so we're here with the Web Reapers, and we gotta kill 20 of them to make blankets. There's another player here, though. I'm gonna try not to step on their steez too much. They AFK? No, they're actually... Oh, you know what? They must be leveling their Rancor. Or maybe they're trying to learn a certain pet ability for it? Like a low-level, like, disease or something? Oh my goodness, this is a chance drop. Just gonna run on through. And I'm sneezing on these guys. Alright, so that's the last Web Weaver. We get to run all the way back. Here we go. Yeehaw. Here's Yakra. For this quest, by the way, you get the Web Weaver blanket, which is actually kind of a nice little decorative item, see? It's just made of their silk. It doesn't really look spider-like at all, except for the spiders in the corner. Yay. But she says, the Web Weaver strands, thank you so much for bringing them. I am going to read the bracket here because it's funny. Yakra Ness holds the strands tightly in her hands, eyes glittering with gratitude. Oh, how silly of me. I simply must reward you for your efforts. Please take my very own Web Weaver blanket. I want you to have it. Bum holds up her nose. Oh, it smells just like you. Thank you. It's beautiful. Please come back. All right, I'm back. I'm glad you've returned. I have another task if you're interested. Of course, I understand if you're busy. I'll hear you out. What do you have in mind? Well, I find it most rewarding to keep our community in high spirits while our warriors and defenders are out fighting against the Ernosaurus infestation, capital I for some reason, sup orcs. Therefore, I like to make Lyris pies with the help of our local cantina. However, we ran out of stock of the most important ingredient, Lyris mushrooms. They can be found in the caves. I need you to collect 10 of them. I'll do it. Wonderful. I'll most likely be here when you get back. Just try and be careful there. By the way, I think you can get this Twi'lek's quest without completing all the chief quests. I just forgot to talk to her earlier. This probably would have been better to do earlier when we were still doing Chief Karatomba stuff, but I forgot. So we're doing it now. Oh yeah, so you just go back the way like if you're going towards the exit and click on mushrooms. Back with Yakra though. I was getting worried for you out there. Are you okay? I am. I brought you the mushrooms. Thank you. You're more worried for me picking mushrooms than you were killing giant spiders? What do these mushrooms do that I don't know about, Yakra? Tell me. Thank you so much. Now I'll be able to make my pies again. You've done so much for us. Thank you. I've prepared a gift for you for all the help you're given us here. Thank you. My pleasure. Come back when you feel you can. I do have another thing that needs to be done. I'm so glad that you returned. How are you feeling this evening? If you're up to it, I have another task that needs to be done. Was this someone's quest writer's waifu? This is written like someone's like will write their waifu or something. I don't know. Anyways, I'm up for it. What is it? We were able to seize boxes of medical supplies from the nearby Imperial camp. The person responsible for delivering the supplies placed the boxes at the entrance to our cave before taking a quick break. Unsupervised, the medical supplies were open for the easy taking. Instead, a pack of moth came by and trashed the supplies, sending them to who knows where. I need boxes of the supplies collected. There's 10 of them. Sounds like a perfect job for me. I know I can count on you. You're so kind to us. I don't think I could ever repay you in my lifetime. Nonsense. It's my pleasure to help. Thank you so much. Nice. Please hurry back. So these supplies are scattered around the entrance to the Myyydril Cavern, so we're going to have to run all the way back up and out. Also, yes, we did get a pie for that last quest. It's 100 to con and stamina for 20 minutes, which is honestly one of the better food buffs you can get as a quest reward, but again, I think it's one and done. I like to keep it for decoration when making like Kashyyyk-themed areas. Alright, so we're back at the entrance of the cave. Here are the medical boxes. Clicky, clicky. Some people might say that the believability of this quest is low because why would a moth or moths come up to a box, rummage it, and scatter shit everywhere? But clearly you don't live in an area where bears exist. In the Pacific Northwest, I definitely know of people who've had bears come into their property. And man, those guys are just like, everything is mine, even if I don't want to eat it, and I'm just going to throw it everywhere all at once. Bears are a little messy animals. All the medical boxes were right behind me. I don't even know why I went behind the cave entrance. That's all the boxes. Back down we go. Either way, we're back with Yakra Ness. You've returned safely. I hope my silly errands haven't been too much for you. This had to have been someone's waifu on staff. Oh, I have your something. Thank you so much. Now I can readily help those who have come in from the hunting party. I've prepared another gift for you. Thank you for helping us. It was my pleasure. I wish I had other things to do. She gave me 3,000 credits. Have you been? Big well, people thanks to you. That's good. Do you need anything else done? Well, Dr. Kinsworthy has been taking quite an interest in you. You should go speak with him. She leans in closer and tell him I said hi, will you? I will. Go on then, silly. Don't keep the doctor wait. This is so... I would like to call up the quest designer on this one. I have some questions for them when they wrote this Twi'lek. Alright, so we're here with Dr. Kinsworthy. He looks up from his work table. I've been watching you. Alright, I should maybe step back a little bit. I've been, you come here and help the Myyydril, and you're all of a sudden a hero. Who do you think you are? Who are you? Where did you come from? Calm down. I'm just a helpful person looking to do some murder. If you hurt these people, it'll be the last thing you do. Why are you so bitter? You have no idea. Kinsworthy starts in a raised voice. He takes a deep breath. You have no idea what we've been through down here in this cave, how many innocent young Myyydril have died in this place they call home. I have failed to help so many. By the looks of things, you're not a normal doctor. What is normal around here in this pit of despair? Somebody missed their calling in drama class, fucking cybernetic doctor. What I mean is, what do you do down here? There are so many things you don't know. Yeah, then tell me, motherfucker. I am a doctor specializing in making and attaching cybernetics in living tissue. I give back the hope that was lost to those who have had the horrible accidents and have had their limbs rendered useless. Do you practice anymore? No, I have since lost the will and the machinery to continue my work. And traces the scar over his eye with a finger. Ever since Trandoshan, my partner, tell me about him. Why do you want to know so much? Do you belong to the Empire? Are you a spy? No, I'm just interested in your story. Am I an Imperial spy, everybody? Do you think Vum is an Imperial spy? Surely she's an Imperial spy. Fine. Trandoshan and I were partners in the field of cybernetics. We had opened a practice together before he went insane. Your partner went insane? How? I don't know, honestly. He was always a little out there, always working on some secret project. I knew him when he didn't know a lick of science. I taught him all about my work. He was so impressionable. Trandoshan was a quick learner, picked up everything so easily. Then he got involved with questionable people. Like who? No. You already know too much. After his special project, details of which I still don't know, he fled to the Myyydril Caverns. I followed but lost him quickly thereafter. Supposedly he's in the deep depths of the cavern. I haven't been able to get down there. All of that and the poltervirus, it just adds up. Poltervirus, what's that? In all brevity, if the virus isn't cured, the victim can lose their limbs, and I can't help them. I've since lost my equipment, all of the things I need to replace dead tissue with cybernetics. Is the equipment around here somewhere? Can I help you? Now that you've asked, while chasing down Trandoshan, I naturally brought my equipment with me. I had been working for the Empire and was stationed at the Imperial camp in the forest. The camp was attacked by Wookiee slaves, and I wasn't able to escape with my equipment. I suppose my things will still be there. I'll get it for you. I suppose, if only to help the Myyydril people, should the poltervirus inflict them. Beyond what natural medicine can cure, find the Imperial camp, then and see what you can find. I doubt it's any working condition, the camp or otherwise. I'll return soon. Okay, so here's a problem. Okay, never mind. I know where it is. I was going to say, I don't remember where this camp is exactly, because there's a couple destroyed camps. But it said it's in the Dead Forest, so I know exactly where this one is. So I'm going to use the crystal actually to go back out to Kachiro, because this is going to be a little bit faster than running out with the cave. We're going to re-enter the Dead Forest. Alright, so if you're looking for this Imperial camp, what you do is if you come in from the Dead Forest, we're going to get on our creature mount, and we're going to go to the state of the west, so the left side, and we're going to go through the Karatami village. And if you look on the world map, you see there's this path that follows the riverside and swirls around. This is where the camp is down here. So we're going to go all the way down here, as I believe that's the camp that the doctor's referring to. All right, we're coming up to the camp. I do want to make a note. If you've been grabbing other quests up until this point, you might get ambushed on your way into this camp. So keep in mind, there's one quest I believe that brings you over here that results in you getting ambushed. Also, there are these black scale guards. However, they're only level 37, much easier to deal with than the black scales inside. We don't want to kill the named NPC. Let's see, I believe it's in the item called equipment box. No. Is it in the supply crate? Is it in the supply box? Oh my goodness, is it the other camp? Oh my goodness, it is, isn't it? Gosh darn it. There's 2 camps inside the Dead Forest. I guess the hint is that it says where the Saormi live, and technically the Saormi don't live over here. You remember that camp with those scout troopers? Over here on the east side? I think we actually have to go over there. Oops. Hey, I technically had a 50-50 on this one. Also, I totally underestimated the amount of back and forth we still have to do in this area. I'm almost halfway through my med buffs. Or I'm over halfway through my med buffs. Probably gonna have to rebuff after the Myyydril Caverns. I think I'll last long enough to get down to and do the rest of the Myyydril section before we move on to Avatar. Or I guess Black Scale, which includes Avatar. Alright, so here's the Scout Troopers. Is it this one? Yeah, okay. Does this look like an Imperial camp to you all? It's 2 Scout Troopers squatting at a burned out fire. One really having a good time with that Scarecrow. And then the other one is a big Imperial camp. So I don't know why it's placed here, but anyways, I lied. It's not down here. It's over here. All right, but we got it, so let's go back. Actually, just kidding. I didn't find it. Our camp can be... Wait, so that box gave us a clue to where it was? Our camp can be found at the end of the river. Oh, so I was right. I just did it out of order. So you have to first go to this camp, click that box, and again, then get told to go to this other camp where the Black Scale are at. Why the hell did they do that? How could you? You betrayed me. So I wasn't wrong entirely. I was just out of order. Oh, goodness. All right, back at the actual Imperial camp. For real this time, it'll let me get the thing, right? Equipment box? Cool, thank you. I guess we're done, even though didn't update to say anything. Okay, here's a good question. So this is a level 65 quest. And it has you go past level 37 elites. And it gives you 347 quest XP. And it was just go out and click things, right? But you have those level 47 elites. The medical supplies quest and the Warl quest, those are all like 13,000 XP rewards. And might facilitate more combat because you had to maybe deal with the Iwari beetles, if I'm being generous here. But those are still easier than I would say the elite black scales. So yeah, I don't know. It's just Kashyyyk being Kashyyyk when it comes to its quests. At least the Riot Trail's pretty consistent, and Edie. Alright, we're back with Dr. Kinsworthy. And he gives us a cybernetic arm as a reward. This cybernetic arm has the snipe ability. So, like I talked about before when we did the Great Hunter quest line, and it has an arm with a special ability, you'll be sacrificing your bicep and bracer slots, so you'll be having less armor overall, as this only gives you 4,800 protection, where on armor we can go a little bit higher than that, but you'd gain the critical snipe ability. So again, if you're trying to max out like burst damage from a ranged weapon, you could use this. I know some spy builds incorporate it if you're going for a ranged build, but I think most favor the electric shock arm, which we'll get later in this quest line potentially. As I might be a chance drop off an NPC, I don't remember. But Kinsworthy stares. Expression incredulous. My equipment, where did you find it? Oh, here and there. I don't know why I'm being so coy. I suppose. Let's see what's in here. I haven't seen this stuff in years. Well, this model has, the doctor pulls out a cybernetic arm. Well, this model has been obsolete for a while. You can take it if you want. Wow, thanks. I'll see what I can do with it. Let me look through my things for a while. It doesn't seem to be all here. May need your help again, so we speak with him again. He says, oh, it's you, and he frowns. What do you want? Hey, don't be like that. I helped you, remember? It's just hopeless. Not all my things I need to continue my work were in the storage box. I'm missing a key part to get my machine working in. Well, where is it? It would make more sense if I told you a little bit more about the story. Bear with me. During my hunt to find Trandoshan, I was stationed at an Imperial camp, except it wasn't a place of normal operations. What did they make you do? I was ordered to practice my expertise on Wookiee slaves. I was supposed to make them stronger by installing cybernetic parts. The Empire turned them into killing machines. They made me make it easier for the Empire to control these unfortunate slaves. That's terrible. I had to free them. When the Wookiees came to free their friends, Wookiees that I had experimented on, some of them chose to go with me instead, and now they wander the cave endlessly in a daze because of those damn Urnosaurs. They were infected? Yes, and still are. Iria, one of the Wookiees who chose to come with me, had stolen a part of my machine. He ran off with it. He had hoped it would stop me from ever hurting another Wookiee. I didn't mean to. I didn't. So Rhea got infected and now roams the caverns. Yes, maybe he still has the part. I don't know. Just go look. See what you can find. I understand that many of the missing and infected have been wandered down there. You may have to destroy many before finding Rhea. Beware of the lost. Capital L, capital T, capital L. I'll do it. Then go. I don't wish to speak of it anymore. All right, we have to run pretty deep into the cave, so I think this is where we're going to sprint stim finally. Been saving it. I'm going to put that up. We're going to avoid fighting as many things as possible, though, so I'm not going to run all my buffs. Are you ready? Let's do scatter charge and then into sprint stim, since sprint stim's going to have a really long cooldown. Okay, so we're back here at the bridge where last time we continued straight on and we find Mother Brain. We're actually going to go this way. And we're going to start heading towards the actual end of the deep depths of the Myyydril Cavern. I'm going to be popping my sprint stim here for burst run. So we're going to get through here a little bit faster. So you can go right or left here. I believe we want to stay to the left. And go straight up this way. As you'll see in the overhead map, you see a lot of these non-combatant things. I believe eventually those become the Lost. I don't think they're all combative. I know some of these are like little like innocent bug thingies that we can't really do anything about. Oh, these are the cavern refugees. I went the wrong way. I lied again. Damn. What's up here? Actually, I don't remember what's up here. There's Rensala. Do you want to talk to me? Oh, hey. Rensala says, what do you want? I'm just looking around. Who are you? Rensala, what are you doing down here? We have our reasons. Looks away. You should probably leave before my boys get angsty. We don't like strangers. All right, well, I know where the cavern refugees are, so my bad advice actually illuminated me to something. So there's that at least. Okay, so we're back where I said go left and go straight if you're going to the end of the cavern. I lied. Go right. I'm sure all of the Jedi mains in here who ever farmed NK are yelling at me at their screens being like, no, the other way. I never farmed NK. I didn't have the patience to run this cavern. I do them like once for novelty and be like, neat, and then I never go back. I kind of like how they try to make this look more like wood by having it bend in the slope. So, like, I don't know, maybe it's sagged over time or due to its own weight, or maybe they just carved it from a tree and that's just how the tree bent. They didn't just do a straight line. Try to do a little bit of something creative, liven it up. Okay, so we're actually in the area with the real lost souls. Don't worry about Nefarious for now. I think we have to slay him later or something. Just ignoring all the Urnosaurs chomping at my heels. But we're going to keep running. So here's area, the Lost Soul, level 64 elite. Give me the part. Wish I could have talked to him about it, but we got the odd gadget. Yeah, we'll go back. I'm trying to, I was like, we could keep going and start like the penultimate, but I'll say that for the end. We'll keep going in quest order for the sake of storytelling, huh? Again, these guys don't have snares or roots, so even if you can't outrun them like I can with scatter and charge or any other movement ability increase, as long as you're tanky enough, you could probably just ignore them and shrug them off. Worst case scenario, if you find a section of the caves giving you problems, you can bring a friend, like I said. That's why I was like, am I going to be able to do like the Black Scale quest and Avatar pre-quest today? And then I'm like, yeah, I should be able to. And then I'm like, damn, we're almost halfway through the stream and I've mostly just been running through a freaking cave. I forgot how much running you do in the Myyydril Caverns, which I think is part of the reason why I was recommending earlier. Yeah, you can kind of skip this. Other than the Mystical Stone quest, which obviously gives you a ton of XP for little to no work and an excellent item, you can kind of skip it. Unless you like want the furniture, like items that you get as rewards, which are unique and they're fun, especially again if you're going for like a Kashyyykan theme or a Wookiee theme in any of your homes. We're back with Dr. Kinesworthy. You've returned. Let me see the part. I'm going to place this into the machine and hope that it works. Okay, I've also found this. Let me see it. I see. I can fix it. If that's what you want, let me see what I can do. Thank you. I'll wait here. There, it should be working all right. Thank you. I'll see how it works. So what he gave us is the cybernetic arm, a cybernetic arm that he found, which is the strength buff. Overloads your cybernetic enhancement to temporarily increase your ability to inflict melee weapon damage. I don't know anyone that uses this arm. Feel free to mess with it, but other than the snipe arm, which I showed earlier, and the electric shock arm, which we might see later, those are the only like special arms I've known people to use. Speaking of the doctor again, though, he says, thanks to you, the machine is completely working. One of the features of this hulk of metal is to detect the frequency of high-powered machinery and the presence of dense materials, most commonly used in cybernetics. As you can see by the blip here, he points to something on a radar. There seems to be another machine operating in this very cave. Trandoshan? Precisely. I know him well, and I have no doubt that he has brought his project here to the Myyydril Caverns and sought to continue it in the deep depths. I need to know what he's been working on all these years. Bring me whatever part you can salvage from his project. I hope to be back soon. All right, time to deal finally with Trandoshan, the quest everyone's been waiting for. The journal kind of gives away the sauce here, though. Dr. Kinesworthy suspects that Trandoshan has been working on a project for years in the deep depths. The doctor wants whatever piece you can salvage from his projects. No one knows what could be waiting in the shadows of the deep depths. But then the first objective is find Lord's workshop in the Myyydril Caverns and destroy the NK-3. Like, it already tells us what the thing is in the journal. I'm like, kind of spoiling it. Also kind of weird that this is a level 57 quest. You'll see why in a minute. I've got 30 minutes left on my med buff, so we should be okay. We should be good to rock. So I'll probably rebuff before we go do black scale stuff, though. So let's run all the way back. Unfortunately, I know my sprint stim, so we're just going to have to hoof it. Yeah, well, I love like the design of this area. I kind of question why they made it so big, to be honest. Like, I know they wanted this, like, ladder section to be, like, a group dungeon kind of thing. Which, obviously, it doesn't really work like that in the current iteration of the game. But, like, in the CU, it probably fit that bill a little bit more. But even if we ignore that, just the amount of terrain you have to traverse, especially back and forth, going in, turning and returning quests, and etc., if you're to do everything in the intended order, isn't that compelling. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like there was more to be done here. Also, I'm sure there's something to do with those camp refugees. Maybe I'll look it up later. So we're back in the cave where the lost souls were. So we're gonna head straight through here and continue onwards past the Wookiee we defeated, Iriri. Sorry we had to kick your butt, dude. I don't know why we couldn't just talk to you and ask for it, but he probably wouldn't have given it up anyways, considering he wanted to keep it away from the doctor. We're going to continue past him, and we're going to go down back here. I don't know how the Lost Souls live with the Urnosaurs in lore, but clearly they can live with them by being flagged as a just an NPC that can't do combat. Game-wise, I know. Lore-wise, I don't. Maybe something about the virus does something to the pheromones they release naturally from their bodies. I don't know. Alright, so as you see, you can see a pile of metal parts, and we're up here. Let's run to the end as we have some Urnosaurs. This is trying to kick our butts. Don't tell me they got stuck. This happened before me here, where they will get stuck. There we go. Luckily, we only got one on us. That's not too bad. Or maybe we have more than one. Okay. So we're up here, and we at the end we see Model 3-N, capital I, lowercase I. Not sure what the difference of the capitals mean, but as we soon we speak to the battle droid, I am a servant of Lorn. Model 3-NII. Are you the messenger with the crystal? What crystal? You are not the messenger. Please leave immediately. Wait, I can help. Just tell me what crystal you need. Termination 5-4. Red crystals? Blue crystals? I can be your messenger. Termination process canceled. Processing information. A hologram of a man appears. I am True Lord. You wish to help me for my master? Yes, I want to help you. Just tell me what you need. I need a crystal. One that contains a large amount of unnatural energy. Find it and you will see my creation come to life. Where can I find it? Do you know? Just beyond this room. Static red. Alright, we gotta run back. NK-Necrosis. This quest reads. So yeah, so your level 67 quest turns into a level 80 group quest that reads as many suspected. What do you mean as many? It was just me and the doctor. Or honestly, it was just the doctor. Whatever. True Lorn has been living in the deep depths for many years, working on his project. He is yet to be successful, however. He suspects the chain reaction induced by crystals found at the small stream, and his machine will do the trick. You've been given the task of finding that crystal and bringing it back to the lost doctor's droid servant. NK-Necrosis. Find radiated crystal just beyond Lauren's workshop and bring it back to his droid servant. So by just beyond, he means go back through this entire giant-ass chasm full of lost souls, down the spiral, back to the stream you crossed. And there we're going to find, was it like radiant red Nactra crystals? And we're going to take one of those. And no, I don't believe you can grab one on the way up, even if you're doing this quest on repeat. I think you have to talk to the droid first, run down, grab it, then run back up. Kind of salt in the wound, considering you step right over it coming up this way. So here we are. Here's a radiated Nactra crystal. We're going to just click on that. And now we're going to turn around and go back. I'm just going to keep ignoring the creatures, because why should I bother? At least the creatures are pretty easy to, like, skip for the most part. If I had to fight all these guys, man, the scope of this area would feel even bigger. Doing a solo, at least. I guess having a group, it wouldn't have been too bad, which was the intention. Okay, we're back with Model 3-N, capital I, lowercase I. Given the crystal says the message has come, you may enter. So after we talk to him, we immediately get prompted into an instance. Alright, so first we're going to call my droid. I'm going to tell it to guard me, because this is going to be a toughie. Then I'm going to call... Yeah, I'll just call my bull. for the normal precision stuff. Which is funny, if you go back this way, you can actually come down here, and you can see on the other side of... That's where we were. We were over here. Just deposit us over here in a separate instance. And then we're going to refresh our buffs. We're going to switch from Akragam over to Breath of Heaven for that con and dodge. We're going to take... I think we'll just stick with disease. Let's take our attack buff. Let's take the biological focus crystal, get that extra con. And so let's take some spice, take Neutron Pixie. And then finally, if we go to my stats here, because we haven't used this one yet. And you can see parry is at 11.32%. Parry is when we got hit by a melee attack, we have a chance of parrying it, which makes it do 0. This is an instance that's timed, by the way. We have 30 minutes. But if I go down here and I have my parry power-up ratings, that give me 19 each, giving me a little bit over 50. You see that my parry rating down here gets to 57%, or 57, which adds on quite a bit to my parry, bringing it up to 16.44%, which if we add that with our dodge, 30%. So I have about 47% chance to just completely evade any melee attack. That's kind of the basis of this build and what I'm just trying to mess with. Is it better than having an extra whatever amount of health? Probably. I could probably squeeze out another 2,000 health if I redid my suit, but probably not. But hey, man, I'm just playing around. Again, I don't recommend dumping con on your gear like I did. So let's get to NK. Took a while during CU, normally about an hour to fight your way down there. Damn, that makes sense. Yeah, I think this content really suffered from the change to the NGE when it comes to difficulty scaling, as we've noticed with the sporadic nature of the quest design. Here's Trandoshan, though. This is my crystal. My crystal, do you have it? If you look at him, I don't know what... He doesn't really look insane. He just has a beard. Yeah, I have it. My crystal, Lauren takes it in his hands as an Imperial theme plays. For you alone, my master, for you. Wait, what's the crystal for? Lauren points to the lifeless form. My master, I have named him NK-Necrosis. I must awaken him. I have spent many years trying to wake my master. He'll be so disappointed. I've taken too long. I still haven't been able to string together the right reaction to give him life. Now I have it. The crystal, this is your master? It's just a pile of junk. Lauren hisses. No more talking. Lauren turns away. For you, my master, for you. Defense. What's good? It's General Grievous, everybody. So we're just gonna open up a can of whoop butt on NK3 and the other NK3. Get rid of his supporting Magna Guards as it always fought, and there he is. So here's NK-Necrosis. He's pretty cool, right? I forgot to do a thing here, but here, I'll examine him. Obviously, I'm not that worried about him. All right, let's kill him. Obviously, I was over-prepared for this. He is a level 90, though. He's a lot weaker than I thought he was going to be. Maybe it's just I don't know. Maybe that dodge parry rating combo is really just kicking his butt. Oh, I didn't even have my macro going for action. He's dead. So the instance is going to close. We also got the Myyydril and NK-Necrosis bad, but we go talk to True and Lauren. He goes, no more talking. Okay, he has no update for us killing his master. Let's see, what did we get? We got the Belabub deed. So, you know, General Grievous' ship. Saw it earlier in space. Even says for Grievous' starfighter. We got the cybernetic shock arm, which gives you the lightning ability, but also a proccing effect that could do extra damage. And we got the proton rifle, which... I don't know if that's a unique weapon skin or not. It looks like the proton carbine, but shaved off a little bit. It's kind of beefy, cool looking. We'll keep it. We could recraft that. Pretty cool, huh? That was NK. Maybe not the strongest guy ever, but he was there. We'll go to my collections at the badge. You can also eject to get out of here faster, but... there it is. You defeat NK-Necrosis in the Myyydril Cavern. It's kind of anticlimactic. I honestly thought he was going to be harder than some of the other things we fought, but I don't really think he scaled up well. But we get spit out on the other side. You get some spooky music playing while we're this edge of the cavern. And if you run up here, you will see that there are some forgotten creations out here. And if we run up this way... Okay, I get some spooky laughing going on, like, implying that you didn't really defeat NK. He's still out there. Because you can repeat the instance as many times as you want. I just think it has like a 30-minute cooldown or something. So, we're back at the entrance, though. It spins us right out the exit. But we got to go back down to turn in our True Lorn quest to the Doctor. So, here we go. Luckily, I think this might be the last time we have to run down here. Okay, we're back with the Doctor. By your expression, I was correct. What was True Lorn working on down there? I explain. NK-Necrosis. I should have known. This was graver than I had thought, and you defeated him? Amazing. I obviously underestimated you. No matter, what is done, and True Lorn awakened that monster on his own. Our very existence would have been threatened. Truly amazing, and what a pitiful ending. It seems you almost respect him. My partner, True Lorn? Of course not. Or, of course, he was able to manipulate the most awe-inspiring creation in the world of cybernetics, but you can't even begin to understand. Here, take this. It's all I can offer. Thank you. I'm glad I can help. It says, In brackets, it said, the Doctor continues to stare. Was that anger flashing in his eyes? Perhaps Kinesworthy wishes it had been him in the deep depths working on that thing. It would be better not that I ask. Does he actually have a scar over his eye? Oh, yeah, he does. I think. Or is that just the shot? I think he's supposed to, like, right here. But the reward we get is another cybernetic arm, which is just a cybernetic arm with some mediocre armor stats. Truly the most useless one. But with that, I think we're done with the Myyydril Cavern. Oh, this is the thing. Why didn't I look at this sooner? The thing we were Rensala's runestone. Oh, that's where you get it? You came across a stone belonging to someone named Rensala, according to the inscription. Whoever Rensala is, he or she may be glad that you brought it back. Find Rensala. Oh, Rensala is the person who was there. If I just inspected... I just assumed it was junk loot because it was like a chance cube. Gosh, do I really want to run back down the Myyydril? Well, I guess that'd be completing it, but... Okay, so inspecting this Rensala stone brings us back here to the refugee camp to Rensala, who says, what do you want? Hold on. Let me see this drip. Okay, she's got the Mabari boots on. Nice. Anyways, what do you want? I found your thing. Oh, this whole thing? I threw that at an Urnosaurus a long time ago. It's the thought that counts, though, right? You can have this then. Thanks. She gave me 3,000 credits. Wait, that's it? I ran all the way back down here for 3K and like a paltry amount of XP. I think it was like 69 or 68,000 XP, so that's not bad if you're leveling. All right, moral of the story, if you find one of those stones while you're leveling, yeah, sure, do it. Otherwise, don't run back down here. I don't know what the hell I was doing. We're done with this. We're out of here. We're gone. We're done with the Myyydril. Oh, goodness. Okay, let me call a box of stims before I forget. Okay, now that we've satisfied our Myyydril overlords, we're gonna go to the Black Scale Camps, as there's some quests around there that we haven't done yet. And the main reason I skipped over those is because there is a quest, which is the Avatar Station Access, and the Avatar Station platform is definitely the hardest Kashyyykin content? Question mark? Yeah, probably. I mean, the hard mode one that Legends created definitely is, but if we're ignoring the Legends-specific content, it still probably is. The Black Scale compound's pretty difficult, but as you can tell, you can circumvent a lot of the challenge there. Avatar platform, not so much. You actually have to defeat some of the enemies in it to bypass certain or to get through certain areas. It's a little bit harder to shake these enemies loose. I went the wrong way. Oops. So I would say, I'd say Avatar is still probably the hardest of the Kashyyykin content available in the original game. Definitely harder than NK. I didn't realize, even though NK is level 90, it just didn't feel that tough. Felt like the Katarn was hitting me harder than that guy. All right, let's check out the main camp first. There's two main black scale camps. There's the one in the southwest, and there's the one in the east. You know, the west camp and the east camp. The west camp's usually the one where a lot of quests start or stuff's going on. So let's go talk to people in there. So starting the Avatar platform section, we have to speak to, I think it's Boshaz, who has spawned down into the structure, which he does that sometimes. Says, greetings, off-worlder. You have the look of someone who is in search of something. Whatever it is you seek, you should look elsewhere. Sound like it's going to be a travel pitch, and he's like, wow, fuck off. Whatever it is you seek, I am not interested in holding the hand of a fledgling who has no business on this dangerous world. I think you have me mistaken for someone else. I think you have me mistaken for a pussy, sir. Oh, so the fledgling thinks it has teeth. How interesting. I am not certain that you are worth my time, but I am looking for someone who can perform some small tasks for me. Perhaps you would wish to fulfill that role. Keep talking, Scaly. It is a simple task, so simple that I think even a young whelp such as yourself, again, I could be 1 billion years old for all you know, should be able to perform it. You see, I have a slave ship that needs to be protected on its way to the Avatar space platform. If you believe that you have the skills, perhaps you would be so kind to make sure it reaches its destination in one piece. For me, that isn't even a challenge. The challenge is not blowing up your slaver ass. Brave words. Very well. Meet my ship in orbit above Kashyyyk. Escort it until it reaches the Avatar zone of control. When you have finished, report back to me, and perhaps I'll have some work for you to do. All right, so before we go compromise all of our morals, I do want to note that in this camp there is the Ion Stunner pistol. When you click it, you can add to your collection. The Trandoshan slavers will want to attack you, though, so, you know, that's okay. It gives me an excuse to beat up some slavers, not that I need one. Anyone else want to go? No, those guys saw that I killed all their buddies. They're like, you know what, maybe not. I don't know if anyone in here wants to speak to us yet. Nope. You already have a job to do. Talk to Yissa. She says, greetings, stranger. We seem to have attracted quite a lot of attention lately. Are you here on business, pleasure, or perhaps both? Why would I be at a slaver camp for pleasure? You know what? Don't answer that question. I'm just out here looking for work. Ah, work. Perhaps if you are not picky, I would have a job that might suit your tastes. You see, I have this problem with a certain rival of mine. I am trying to set up my own operation here in Kashyyyk, but every time I start, Missith comes along and ruins it. Oh, that's that Trandoshan back in the Imperial camp in the Dead Forest. Got it. She has already cost me a small fortune. What is that she does? She jumps in and takes Wookiees from my claimed areas. She has set upon my slavers, so no fewer than 3 times, always taking what they have spent weeks capturing. Missith is nothing but a nuisance that needs to be done away with. I thought Trandoshans handled those matters themselves. Normally I would happily split her in two myself, but my clan chieftain has forbidden me to take any actions against her. Therefore, I am forced to beg the assistance of outsiders to get rid of Missith for me. Naturally, I will pay you for your service. Okay, where can I find her? How delightful. You do not know how much this means to me. I heard that she is out in the Kirkwir Forest near the abandoned Imperial facility there. Go there and make sure that she doesn't bother me anymore. Okay, and also AK Prime's rifle is back here. Well, I killed all the researchers that, you know, wanted us dead for touching their things. So we'll take that. This is probably a space quest or someone we speak to later, which is why she doesn't want to talk to us. We'll talk to her later. And I believe the gate, Zssik, we'll talk to later in Boshaz's. So we're actually going to skip him. First, let's go do the space quest. And then we'll go into the Dead Forest. Oh, hey. Wait, who's this? Greetings, good traveler. This is Oloma. He's dressed like a mustard and ketchup bottle. You seem to be new to these parts. Perhaps you would care to pursue my wares. No, you don't have the look of a shopper about you. I would wager my entire stock that you are a thrill-seeker, an explorer, a wanderer of the stars, an adventurer. So, my dear friend, what brings you to speak to this humble merchant? Nothing, I'm going. I am, as you said, an adventurer. In search of excitement, no doubt. Well, my friend, you have certainly stopped at the right place. I just so happen to have a most wondrous opportunity, one that is sure to cause a heart to race with a steady power of adrenaline and fattened pockets. Hunting Ullers. Is this a repeatable quest? Uller is only one of the most dangerous creatures on a planet full of dangerous creatures. Taller than the tallest of Wookiees, stronger than the 10 able-bodied men, faster than the fleetest of Kadu. Claws able to rend blast doors in twain with one swipe. And they mostly use their horns, but whatever. Gleaming rows of teeth sharper than razors and, or so I've heard, livers sweeter than any meat that adorn the platters of the Queen of Naboo herself. And I'm supposed to hunt these things? Dangerous, dangerous, and exciting. Think about all the thrill, the rush of the kill, the extensive reward. Did I forget to mention? Oh, how silly of me. You see, the Trandoshans have developed a taste for the delectable meat of this only found in the livers of the ferocious Ullers. They simply cannot get enough of it. It has been my great fortune to be able to supply their voracious appetites with the sweet, delicious livers, and you want me to collect some livers for you. Not only are you a brave adventurer, but a mind reader as well, as I must say, as I was extraordinarily blessed when you decided to speak with me. You see, I have a small order that needs to be filled for 10, just 10 Uller livers. No. I think that's a repeatable one we could do. It sounds like the Veractal Feathers quest, so we're just gonna... you'll all forgive me for skipping the repeatable, here's 2,000 credits, thanks for your time quest. I can almost guarantee that probably doesn't learn, because he says endless supply. I'm just going to assume it's repeatable. Some of you might be going, no, Burrito, that's the secret quest that gets you Chewbacca's loincloth that he never wears. And I was like, no, I'm good. As much as the clothing Chewbacca doesn't wear appeals to me, I'm going to have to pass. I got slavers to help. As terrible as that sounds. Alright, so we get a message saying the slave slaughter's location, arrival location has been sent to your Navi computer. Escort rendezvous. So I guess let's fly all the way out there. Alright, so here we are. Boshaz is telling us to maintain our current position, wait for the slave shuttle. So this is where I'm not going to get into it too much because I'll probably talk about it later. One of the issues that I have with Kashyyyk storytelling is you do quests that have you... So I did the Rage of the Wookiees quest, which has me just slaying Lord Zssik, which is basically the Black Scale leader, right? Now I'm doing quests to help the remaining slavers, and, you know, I don't really want to help slavers. Like, it's fine that they have it as a roleplay option. Like, say, let's say I'm role-playing a Trandoshan and I want to help fellow Trandoshans, even if I'm not down with slavery. I do want to help the team's cause or whatever. Whatever, it's fine. But the fact that it's a major quest line and B gates like one of the main instances they introduced with Kashyyyk kind of sucks ass. So it feels kind of bad getting pigeonholed into helping slavers when I would bet money that if you were role-playing your character, most people probably wouldn't roleplay the character that helped slavery succeed on Kashyyyk. So, and I know some of you are like, well, you destroy the Avatar platform. Like, yeah, you destroy it because the clan running it is a rival clan of the Trandoshans that we're helping here. And the Trandoshans, once we help them overthrow the Black Scales, then they take over and they become the main slavers. And not only that, but we're also destroying the resistance that's trying to fight off the Trandoshans. So, Budget is actually done. I'd like to have a word with you. Come back and see me. Wow, we're already done, huh? Pod time to pod. Alright, before we go back and speak with Boshaz, let's take this opportunity to go to the Kirkerwer and assassinate the rival slaver. Because I guess fewer slaver is better than none. Or, what? One less slaver is still one less slaver, right? If I was actually role-playing Vum and I had the choice in this game, I would be just giving them the ultimatum of leave or die. But hey, man, that's just me. Vum is not very, she's not one for negotiations. Okay, we're back at the abandoned Imperial facility, we gotta kill this SOB, so there we go. And then we're gonna get out with the Mystical Stone. Alright, back with Boshaz after helping his escort. He'll say, I am surprised. I honestly did not believe that you even had an inkling of skill in you. When I reported your position to the Wookiee resistance, I was sure that you would be quickly destroyed. You have proven to be quite a little scrappy. They didn't show up, dude. Apparently they didn't buy your stuff. You told the Wookiee resistance about the escort? Of course I did. I couldn't very well test your prowess if you were not attacked. I mean, I wasn't attacked. Allow me to compensate you for any damage that the attack might have caused to your vessel. My clan has no need for anyone who cannot handle themselves under fire. If you have an interest in a job, I have you to do. So why should I trust you after that? You set me up? It is true that I set you up, but you must realize it was simply to test to see if you have the right stuff. My clan has a great need of a skilled warrior who is not any way connected to us. I think that you will fit the bill quite nicely. Besides, we are not a poor clan, and we will always handsomely reward those who help us. All right, what's the deal? I am a member of the Zssik clan. Perhaps you have heard of my clan, or perhaps you haven't. It matters very little. Either way, all you really need to know is that we are tired of having to be subservient to those black scale weaklings. It is time for us to take our rightful place as the rulers of Avatar. Rulers of Avatar? The Black Scale are its current master. They are the dominant clan on Kashyyyk, which gives them virtual control over all aspects of the slave trade. Needless to say, this has allowed them to take credits that should belong to us and keep them for themselves. What is the Avatar space platform? That is the heart of the operation here on Kashyyyk. All Wookiee who are captured here on the planet will be eventually brought there. There, they are retrained and domesticated before being sold to the Empire. Since no other clan is allowed on the Avatar, the Black Scale are able to dictate terms of payment to every other clan working on Kashyyyk. Their time as rulers of the Trandoshans has come to an end. Why is it called the Avatar? Because it is the Dosh destiny to rule over the weak. Dosh is Trandoshan. It's they speak Dosh. They're referring to the Trandoshans, I think. What better name to give the symbol of Trandoshan power over these primitives? Simply put, the space station is the avatar of Dosh on Kashyyyk, and it sickens me that the Black Scale weaklings have control over something so powerful. I take it that you do not like the Black Scale. Why is that even an option? It's obvious. The Black Scale are a bunch of cowards and weaklings. They have become corrupt and, even worse, brazen about their corruption. We have heard that the Empire would not be upset if the Black Scale were removed from power. We Zssik have waited and fought a very long time to get into the position to dispose of the Black Scale. And what is my role in all of this? You, my friend, will be the instrument of their ultimate downfall. We do not fear the Black Scale, but an open confrontation with them would result in a weakening of both sides. Lesser clans might get some ideas, dangerous ideas. You are an outsider, and no one will be able to connect you with us should things go badly, despite the fact I'm standing here talking to you and everyone can see that. Sure, let's go on. In other words, I'm expendable. Oh yes, you are quite expendable, but the Zssik would rather want you to survive and accomplish the task we need done. A dead agent is a useless tool. I'll take the job. What do I need to do? In order for us to be our rightful place as chief clan on Kashyyyk, the Black Scales must fall. We will disrupt their operations, kill their leaders, and embarrass them in the eyes of the Empire. But first we need an ally. An ally that can and is quite willing to cause all sorts of trouble for the Black Scale. We need to enlist the aid of the Wookiee Resistance. The Wookiee Resistance will never work for you. Of that I have no doubt, but perhaps they will work for you, and in doing so unwillingly work for us. How am I supposed to get the Resistance to work for me? By giving them what they want most, access codes to the Avatar space platform. You see, the Wookiees all consider that to be the most evil place and the focal point of Trandoshan power in the planet. I mean, you just said it was, dude, so yeah. The Resistance will do anything to be able to stage an attack on the platform, but they have no way to penetrate its defenses. You will supply them with that way. How am I supposed to do that? All in good time, my young friend. First, you must establish contact with the Resistance. Fortunately, the means to do this to this end have simply fallen into our laps. Have you ever heard of a life debt? Yes, I have. For everyone, Wookiees go off life debts. That's how Chewbacca ended up working for Han Solo. Han Solo saved his life from slavery or something. I forget exactly. Somebody will correct me either in stream or in the comments of this video. But basically, that's kind of they abide by life debts. Good, good. A short time ago, one of the Blackscale slaver patrols was attacked by a group of Wookiee freedom fighters under the command of a Wookiee named Charu. The Blackscales have been turning this world upside down trying to find him, but you see we found him first. He is in hiding not far from here with his mate. What are we going to do with him? It is so simple. We are going to tell Blackscale where he is. The Blackscale will send a patrol out to put Charu and his mate to a slow, painful death. But just in the nick of time, you'll arrive and rescue those poor Wookiees from a certain doom. Naturally, the Wookiee's screwed up sense of honor will force him into a life debt to you. And then what do I do with him? Oh, all we want for him to do is vow for you and set you up with a meeting between you and the Resistance leadership. Once a meeting has been set up, he can leave word about for when and where with Oruru. Who is Oruru? Oh, I am quite certain that Charu will know who Oruru is. For now, all you really should focus on is the rescue of Charu from the Blackscale. Remember, kill all the Blackscale attackers, and then Charu will set up the meeting for you. Come back to me when you're finished. All right, where can I find Charu? Charu is hiding in the northwest of here. He has found a hiding place along a path near where the Bolotars like to sun themselves across from the waterfall in that area. You shouldn't have any trouble finding it if you are half as good as I think you are. Now get moving. The Blackscale will not wait too long to strike. All right. Before we go find Charu, here's Ysith. Have you managed to kill my sister yet? Your sister? Of course. Who do you think Miss Sith was? Why do you think my father refused to let me kill her? So she's dead or what? Yes, yeah, she is dead. Good, you have done a great favor, and as promised, here's your reward. Now, if you excuse me, I need to take a break the sterile moves for father. Oh, don't worry, your name will not come up. Oh, you do get a second General Grievous Clone Wars painting. So the one that you get from Dr. Farnsworth isn't a one-off. So you get 2 of each. She doesn't have anything else from us. I don't know, you'll talk to us yet? Oh, yeah. So if we speak to Miscus, hey, you are a fighter pilot. One of my men saw you land in the spaceport. I will pay you top credit if you help me out of a crisis. What do you say? Do we have a deal? Slow down. What's the problem? I just received a shipment of these new prototype collars from the Empire. R&D station on Naboo. You should just write out research and development. The fact that they just put a lowercase r and a lowercase d is really confusing. These collars do it all. They can be used for control. They can inject a calming drug directly into the bloodstream. They can even have their air freshener built into them. These collars are absolutely cutting-edge stuff. That doesn't sound like much of a problem. Well, it wouldn't be if the freighter carrying them wasn't hijacked as soon as it entered Kashyyyk space. Would you go recover the freighter and those collars for me? I promise to make it worth your while. Someone had to tip the Resistance off about its arrival. Okay, what do you need me to do? I need you to fly out. I need you to fly out to my freighter before they can get it out of the system, then kill all the Resistance fighters that attacked it, get the freighter back under our control, and then escort it to a safe landing spot. Do that for me, and I'll see you to be rewarded. Okay, let's do this. This is the best news I've heard all day. I'll see you when you get back. Okay. Let's go do Boshaz's quest first to defeat Charu. So Charu is up here near the base of the waterfall. In the map, you can kind of see this little cut in here in the forest. That's where he's hanging out. Before you go do this part of the quest, make sure you're fully buffed, or mostly buffed at least. And I would highly recommend taking a friend to do this part. You're going to get jumped by a lot of Blackscale. And they are quite powerful. If you're doing this quest in a group, have one player walk into the area one at a time, because if you all walk in simultaneously, I think it spawns 3 Blackscale per person, and they're all 80-something elites. So if 3 of you walk into that zone at once, you're going to get 9 Blackscale all jumped on you simultaneously. So not great. Similarly, if you're doing this, you're not really geared, ask just somebody to come help you really quickly. Otherwise, if you're geared and prepared for it and you're like aware that's going to show up, you will probably be able to handle it. It's just it can take people by surprise. It's one of those Kashyyyk quests where it's like, wow, okay, this is the difficulty I'm dealing with, especially since, let's see here. Yeah, it does say level 80, but it doesn't say group. So it does, list the correct ranking. But yeah, we're not great. We're going to get jumped pretty soon here. So let's hop off first. Yeah, I'll take Breath of Heaven. Take a text him. I don't really think we need to take any spice or anything. All right, so here's the black scale. Oh no, surprise! They ambushed us instead of us ambushing them. This could have been easier if I used more buffs, but I didn't. So here I am. Wow, that was 5. Woo! Yeah. Emergency shields. Nope. Nope. Woo, spicy. Okay, that could have gone easier if I if I you know, maybe use more buffs and stuff. Woo. Anyway, here's Charu and his mate. You saved me from Rarok. Maybe I have been misjudging outsiders. Maybe some of you are worthy of and Rarok respect. You are noble and honorable. Yeah, I like it came for you. I would have had you for sure. Yes, I thank you again for your assistance. You have done me a great honor. And I shudder to think about what they would have done to your mate. Maybe Rarok, yes, would have gone great horrors on the both of us. I am not sure what to say. I just saved you and Rarok, and that's all I get is all the thanks I get. Wow, I'm really leaning into this. You are right. I am shamed. You put your own safety before that of two you've never met. If you hadn't shown up, those Trandoshans would have surely done worse and killed the both of us. I am indebted to you this debt that I will spend the rest of my life trying to repay. I am yours. Good. Now there is something I need you to do. What is it that I can do to start repaying my debt to you? I need to meet up with the resistance. What? Why? No, it's not mine to question. I will do what I can and set up a meeting with the resistance. How will I contact you once this meeting is set up? Leave word with Oruru and he will tell me. Oruru, the betrayer, he was once a Wookiee, but now he works for the slavers, helping to bring his own people to ruin in exchange for a few trinkets. Why do you know him? He's just someone I met. I did not get involved with his business. There's not a wrong answer there, by the way, but that's the one I picked. He says, all right, I will set up the meeting. I cannot promise that they will see you, but I will do my best. I'll send word to Oruru when I am done. We'll go speak with Oruru. We'll go speak with Boshaz once we go do our space mission here. That Charu's pretty trusting of outsiders that mysteriously show up and save his life. Just saying. Maybe you should be a little bit more skeptical. Especially when I'm like, yeah, just talk to the Wookiee that betrayed all of you and you all know who he is. Alright, back in space, we're gonna go help save this slaver collar shipment. Zssik says, be ready to strike. I am getting the lock on the vessel now. I just want that freighter in one piece, kill everyone else. Damn. Would it be faster to hyper to Avatar? Probably not. Maybe if my ship was slower. If I jumped in and immediately started the hyper calculation, might have been faster. But we're only 7K from Avatar, so meh. Yeah, I really don't like this help slavers questline stuff. I wish it was set up better. I wish we were like a double agent or something. Or like they gave us the option to be double agent. Something that would like, I don't know, fit in more with more character roleplay. But that's not something that all the quest lines do. Like a good example of that is actually Nim's theme park. Somebody who's roleplaying a Imperial character, specifically a very loyal Imperial character, I don't see why they would ever do Nim's theme park in character. At best, they're compromising a corrupt Imperial admiral or general, I forget what he was, but still giving leverage and aid to pirates that aren't pro-Imperial. In fact, they have rebel leanings, so you kind of got to stretch on that one also. Okay, let's disable this freighter. And while we wait for that to be taken over, we'll take out the A-wings. Maybe I should learn how to aim. Probably be helpful here. All right, time to escort our freighter buddy here. So I know I've talked about space a lot before, and I know I've talked about kind of the things that I don't like about space and how I kind of have a come and go with it, and how I've even said space is mostly obligatory for me at this point. I think that one of the reasons why Star Wars: The Old Republic didn't connect with me in a holistic view from all angles is that space is an ancillary point of that game, no matter what way you cut it. The space Star Fox shooter like arcadey missions, they were there, but they weren't really felt like part of like a space experience. Similarly, Galactic Starfighter is a PvP experience, and that's fine, but there's really no narrative to it other than, oh, we were fighting off the enemy faction at key points. And it's like, yeah, I guess there's some story there, but I do really enjoy the Star Wars Galaxies quests that have you jumping between ground and space. Specifically because I feel that's a core part of any Star Wars narrative. You see it in like every film, because in episode 1 you get the Trade Federation stuff and the Nabooian fighter, and now this is pod racing or whatever. And then episode 2 you got the Jango Fett hunt over Geonosis with Obi-Wan. Episode 3 you got Battle over Coruscant, that opens up with that. Episode 4 you got Attack on the Death Star. Episode and you got like evading the Imperials. In episode 5 you got a lot of space with evading the Imperials post Hoth with Han and Leia. You get a lot of stuff there, times of lore. Episode 6 you got Death Star 2.0. Episode 7 you got Death Star 3.0, Starkiller Base. Episode 8 you got the opening and then the fleet trying to escape forever to Salt Planet. Let's forget about the hyperdrive thing for a second. And episode 9 you got the biggest fleet ever. So like it's a core experience of any like main Star Wars story, right? So when I have playing a Star Wars game where it doesn't have some space aspect to it, it doesn't feel like a holistic Star Wars experience. And Star Wars: The Republic sorely misses that as a Star Wars story. But at the same time, I also understand how people want to play like a more grounded MMO, grounded as in ground game MMO, and not play a space sim. And why a lot of people don't like being shoved into the space aspects of the game, which is one of the reasons why I think Mustafar doesn't doesn't even have a space sector, let alone puts you in any space quests, is specifically because it wants you to be able to enjoy the ground game or whatever and not feel obligated to be a pilot. And as you know, the game aged and player base turned over, not everybody was a pilot. So like somebody previously mentioned that you used to have to be an ace to get into Aurelia. That later got removed. When that was implemented, it kind of made sense because the devs anticipated you to go through the space experience, right? And a lot of people been playing the game at the point they ran out of stuff to do other than, yeah, go do space. But later, as more people came through, it was more of a barrier to entry and ground content. They didn't want to engage with space. So I get it. But I feel like if like another Star Wars MMO were to be made, or major Star Wars RPG like KOTOR 3 or whatever, and there wasn't some sort of like space aspect that was part of the core narrative, I feel like something would be missing from it. And it's not necessarily that your character your character has to be an ace pilot or whatever, just like, you know, even have like the option to like work on a ship as an engineer or a gunner or whatever and make it engaging and fun and stuff. Like that's the thing that does get omitted from a lot of experiences where like, yeah, in Star Wars, it's not just the pilot, it's their co-pilot. It could be, you know, an engineer repairing the ship. Like there's a lot of different roles on a ship. So it's something that I would like to see continued. And while I know maybe it won't be everything for Star Wars fan content when it comes to Star Wars Galaxies, hopefully future Star Wars experiences still kind of incorporate that space element into their narrative in a way that's mindful, not just an ancillary bonus game. But either way, we're back with Boshaz. How did your meeting with Chiru go? I trust you managed to gain his trust. Chiru's setting up the meeting. Good. I would have been hoping that was the case. So, just between you and me, did the Black Sails curse suffer before you eliminated them? They have been dealt with, if that's what you mean. Ah. And I was hoping for some gory details. You take all the fun out of things. Oh well, as long as you've accomplished the goals set out before you, and as promised, here is a payment for the completion of your first task for us. For your next task, you need to go talk to Dakar. He's expecting you. Goodbye, fledgling. Okay. Let's talk to Miscus. Oh, these collars are going to do a world of good in the field. That's kind of an ironic statement. Once we get this around those stinking furballs' necks, they will be completely under our control. You have done me a great service today. About my reward, 10,000 credits and a weapon, ship weapon. I guess the mass is okay for a weapon 7. All right. Oh yeah, his sister says, I promise to pay you handsomely, and that's what I intend to do. We keep our deals, unlike the furballs who break their word at the slightest provocation. Here you go. Take care, pilot. She doesn't have anything for you. She just says, hey, it's you again. You know what? Those collars are worthless. The scientists at the Research and Development Center, this time capital R, capital D, obviously didn't field test them. Get a little bit of dirt in them, and they completely malfunction. Well, not completely. The air freshener still works. Oh, well, back to doing things the old-fashioned way. Take care, pilot. I don't think we speak with this one yet. Oh, we do. I guess this is a different quest. That's not related to the Avatar. Good, you are here. The situation is pretty grim, and you have to move fast if we want to save our men. Their last report said they managed to beat back the last attack, but they don't think they can hold out against another wave. What are you talking about? You're not here from security, are you? Do I look like Trandoshan security? Blasted! I told the command we need a security force here immediately. Well, I cannot wait. You look fairly fit and look like someone who knows how to take care of themselves at a pitch. How would you like to save my men from certain death? What's the situation? One of our slave patrols was jumped by a heavily armed group of Wookiees, and we believe the Wookiees are part of the resistance. That patrol managed to fight off the first few attacks, but have been completely surrounded and have no way to escape. According to their last contact with us, they do not believe they can hold out against another attack without assistance. I think I know where this is going to take me. Where are they holding up? They are trapped on a trail not far from here. We believe that the Wookiees are focused on keeping them from leaving, so a rescue party will have no trouble reaching them. It is getting back out that will be the difficult part. Since we haven't heard from them since their last report, you probably can get a better update of the situation from Presk, the patrol leader. All right, I'll rescue your trapped slaver patrol. All right, get the patrol, talk to Presk, and get an update on the situation. Most likely they will have wounded and unable to leave their current position, so you have to help them fight off any more attacking waves that might come in. Good luck, soldier. Again, I don't really have much incentive to help slavers. I'm pretty sure this is a minor quest that doesn't matter, but for the completionist's sake, we'll go help out the slavers, I suppose. Yep, here's Prisk, exactly where I thought they were, down right here, so not very far. Prisk says, you nearly got yourself killed walking in here like that. How did you get by all those furballs that have us surrounded? No matter if you are here now, I doubt you're going to be able to make it out again. Stay low and out of the way. Zssik told me to offer you support. So Zssik got my last message. I was worried that the Wookiees had blocked the signal. Well, I hope you're ready for a fight. That's the wrong viewer. Those furballs hit us from all sides and took out half my crew in the first wave. We managed to fight them off. They do not have the courage to fight us straight up, and they have been using hit-and-run tactics since in order to whittle our numbers down. How many Wookiees are out there? I'm not really certain. I get the feeling that they have not been willing to commit their entire force to attacking us yet. We haven't been able to hit in a while, so I'm guessing that they will be attacking us anytime now. So we just gotta wait and survive Wookiee waves. It'd be a shame if I did a bunch of AoEs that killed the Trandoshans. I don't think they're very high level, especially since this quest is... Oh, hey. Be a shame if I accidentally killed all your slaver buddies while funding these guys off. Oh my god, so many bolo casters. I mean, still animating. Oh my god. The flow. So this was a patrol, right? What is this brick? Like, what are these giant pieces of, like, structure? Like, the scattered containers and the swoop bikes and stuff makes sense. I don't know about these... I guess, like, they wanted to, like, have the idea that they're taking cover behind stuff, but... Like, what is this? Was this like a watchtower that like fell apart a while ago? I mean, it's smoking, so it implies I was part of the patrol, but then what the hell was it? A massive square speeder? Oh, hey, guys. Oh, that one can't see me. There we go. Report victory to slavered leader. It looks like you were in the clear now. You really have proven yourself against these furballs today. We clean ourselves up and then get out of here. I'm not sure if Zssik promised you anything, but without your help, we all would be dead. Take this as my thanks, which he gave us the Trandoshan Hunter's Lance, which I think this is a unique weapon skin. I don't remember. Kind of cool if you want to get, like, weird. Skulls really aren't that, like, tough. I won't really use them as a weapon unless you got nothing else. I don't think Zssik has anything else for us, by the way. Nope. Nice work, soldier. Frisk told me of your rucks and then saving the entire patrol from those raging furballs. You might be an outsider, but you are a true warrior spirit. See you around. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't mention how I called down artillery and grenades that ended up killing the rest of his squad. Glad I left that out. Did we speak to Borntalk for anything? Oh, hey. You may be able to help me. I managed to get myself into a little bit of trouble. I need someone who isn't squeamish and can be discreet and help me out of a jam. I am listening. There was this accident, a few Rhodian nobles accidentally died. I was there with a few of my friends, and I just don't know we are going to get blamed. I just know we were going to get blamed for it. It wasn't like we had anything to do with their deaths. They all just sipped and fell really, really hard. Nice story. Now, how about you tell me what really happened? That is what really happened. Fine, here's what really happened. It was an accident, and they did fall, or at least one of them did. Me and a few friends of mine were at the local canteen in Kachiro having a few drinks. We were the only ones in there except for these two infuriating Rhodian nobles. You know how those Rhodian nobles are, right? I have run across a few myself. Have I? Yeah, well, they started running their mouths off. Naturally, we were just there to enjoy ourselves and ask them very politely to shut up. Those dumb stuffed shirts just kept right on flapping their gums at us like we weren't going to do anything. I am not sure who shot first. I am pretty sure it was me, though. So you shot them both? No, of course not. I only shot one. The other one we threw over the edge outside the cantina. Did you know that Rhodians are very bouncy? Me either. Anyways, after it was all over, we realized that we were in a lot of trouble. Fortunately, it was late, so I am pretty sure no one saw what happened, and we managed to hide their bodies before anyone noticed. No one was in the cantina at night. Why? Trandoshans are well known for violence. Even though they were just Rhodians, they are nobility. When someone finally discovers their bodies, there are going to be questions, and those questions will surely lead back to us. In order to avoid an incident, we, with the Rhodian government, our clan chief will gladly make us expendable. I see, and how is it that I can help you? We need someone who is not connected with the incident in any way to get the corpses out of Kachiro and get rid of them. We have another friend who is willing to meet meet with whomever we send down the riot trail. We figure if we dump the bodies there, either the beasties will eat them up, or if they are found, everyone will assume it's just a hunting trip gone bad. Right, because the monsters down there have blasters. Whatever. Okay, where are the bodies hidden? Well, that is the part of the problem. We don't completely remember. By the time the incident happened, we were pretty drunk. All we can remember is that we hid them in 2 different locations somewhere in or around Kachiro. So I need to find these bodies and bring them to your friend. Yeah, that's it. Find the bodies and bring them to Degal Teklon on the Riot Trail. He's a shady-looking human, but we know we can trust him. He said he will wait on the Riot Trail for us as long as he can, but the place isn't exactly safe. Once you have dumped the bodies, come back to me, and I promise to make it worth your while. Here's Dakar. Again, this is for Boshaz. Ah, so you're the young warrior that Boshaz told me about. I have been expecting you. He told me that he filled you in with what we Zssik are attempting to accomplish. While we wait for your Wookiee friend to establish contact, we have another task for you. All right, fill me in. One of our goals is to disrupt the operations of the Black Scale. One of our agents recently learned that they have an urgent order that needs to be filled immediately. You are to make sure that this order is late being filled. How am I to do this? The Black Scale regularly tag and release Wookiees that they wish to capture later. The tags are electronic, are used to easily track these targets, and cannot be removed without killing the Wookiees. The group that they are using to fill this particular order are hiding in the Kokowir Forest. You are to find and kill these Wookiees. 10 will probably do. Collect their tags and bring them back to me as proof of your success. Won't the Black Scale just take other Wookiees? Oh, I am quite certain they will, but without those tagged Wookiees, they'll have to work harder to do it. With a bit of luck, they will not be able to fill the order in time. The Empire is not well known for its understanding. We do not have to stop their operation just to make them look undisciplined and untrustworthy of the Empire. I understand I ran to take care of business. It is good to see that you understand that speed is key to any good operation. Travel to the Kokowir and bring me back 10 of those Black Scale tags. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll drive back to Kachiro, click the bodies, go to the Kokowir, come back here, turn stuff in, then eventually we'll go up to Ryat. The NPC on the Ryat Trail that he wants us to go to is the one that we found on the Waluga Trail. So we won't have to run too far into the trail to turn this one in. Or hand the bodies over, at least. Okay, back here in Kachiro, we gotta search for the bodies. People with object name on probably have already seen them. There's one Rodian here, hidden in some garbage. At the base of the big tree, and then over here, kind of near the starport entrance, there's a Rodian hidden in the bushes. Cool. And now we have to go back to the Ryat Trail, which we will do that later. Let's go into the Kokowir Forest, though. Okay, so here we are at the in the Dead Forest, and the Wookiees that we're looking for are basically up over here, sort of near the Webweaver Cave, and you can see them right here. So we're just gonna start culling them, I suppose. Again, doesn't really feel good. All right, gotta go back to the car. So, man, you could have lived if you didn't attack me. Nice, Mystical Stone, go! So we'll go back to Dakar on our way up to... Well, maybe we should just go to the Ryat. The Ryat's not really on the way, huh? Yeah, I'll go to the Ryat first, it's fine. The question I have is, where am I keeping the bodies? I picked up 2 Rhodium bodies. Are they, like, in my backpack? Like, where am I holding these things? That's the question. Damn, even whispering stim, it takes over a minute to run over here. That sucks. I believe that's Dakar right up, or that's Nagal right over here. Yep. So here's Nagal on the Waluga Trail. It's like halfway through. Hey, the autumn moon shines brightest on the seashore. Thanks for that helpful tidbit. Blast it. That isn't the correct code phrase. Think, Nagal, think. Come on, think faster. Oh, I'm just enjoying a nice stroll. Fresh air, beautiful trees. Yeah, strolling along the Ryat Trail. Good plan. Wait, are you here from Brontok? I told him to use a special passphrase. Dumb Trandoshan. He is way too trusting. You could be anyone, and how would I know? Yeah, I could just be some guy, girl, taking 2 Rhodian corpses for a walk. Exactly. Well, it is too late now. Let's get rid of these things. The wildlife around here will make pretty good quick work of these 2. Why does this one look like all flat? Don't ask questions. Just dump the bodies. Yeah, right, okay, I will take care of these. You had better get out of here, just in case we were followed. We cannot be too careful. All right, we gotta go back to our Trandoshan benefactor. Just gonna stone out of here. Driving has to be faster than walking, right? All right, so here we are with Boron Talk. Turning and telling them that we dumped the bodies. Did you manage to get rid of those bodies yet? I really hope so, because my clan chief is in particular bad mood today. Yes, Nagal and I dumped them. That is the best news that I have heard all day. You know how I promised to reward you if you help me out? Well, there is one more thing, very minor thing, that I need you to do before I can pay you. Oh, really? And what would that be? I completely forgot that there was this one other person in the bar when all that stuff went down, the bartender. Basically, we have to make sure that he doesn't talk either. I don't want to kill a bartender. Who said anything about killing the bartender? I don't want you to kill the bartender either. He serves up the best blessed gut crunchers in the entire sector. All you need to do is to go talk to the bartender and convince him not to tell anyone. I'd recommend threats of physical violence, but that is just my style. I don't care how you do it. Just get him not to talk about what he saw. How do you know he hasn't already? My head is still attached to my shoulders. Good point. The bartender's name is Unludo. He's working in the Kashiro Cantina. Make sure he doesn't say anything to anyone, and then I promise that I'll have your payment. We'll do that in a moment, but first let's speak with Dakar. You have returned with all your limbs intact. Do you have the tags I sent you to recover? Yes, they're there. Excellent. You should... that should throw a wrench into the works of the Black Scale. The Zssik are grateful for your assistance and have a payment for their services rendered. Now it is time to prepare your meeting with the Wookiees Resistance. Go and speak with Mausoleum, who has the details on the next stage of our operation. Okay. He is down this way. Here's Mausoleum. I thought I told you that I didn't want to buy any of that. Oh, it's you. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like you. I don't like all this sneaking around. If I had my own way, we would solve the Black Scale issue in combat like true Trandoshans. But Zssik has strictly forbidden that, so I guess I will have to make do with you. I'm not too thrilled with you either. You do not have to like me. You just need to do what I tell you to. I have been charged with preparing you for your meeting with the Resistance. You will need to bring them a few gifts. What do I need to bring gifts for? Fool, what do you think we were sitting around... What do you think we were setting this meeting up for anyways? An afternoon brunch? We are going to supply them with access codes to the Avatar Spice platform. Of course, we do not have the access codes yet, but I know how to get them, and you will get them for me, understood? Just point me in the right direction. Well, first step is that we need to get landing access. Nothing else matters until we can get a crew to actually land on the station. You will have to steal a set of access keys. Fortunately for us, the Black Scale have gotten very lax in security and hardly ever change their passcodes anymore. Sure, how do I steal a landing access code? All flight leaders of the Black Scale have them in their ship computers. You will intercept a flight leader, disable his fighter, and steal the codes directly from his computer banks. When you are done, do what you will with the flight leader. Naturally, I recommend you vaporize them. Okay, and where can I find these flight leaders? Obviously, they are somewhere in orbit above the planet. They do not file flight paths with us, so I am afraid you're just going to have to go out and do some old-fashioned searching. When you have the codes, come back with me and see if I have more work for you to do. Now, Lesnor has a pilot job for us, but we're already engaged with piloting, so let's go do our thing yet. I'll speak with Aruru later. It's later in this quest line. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back to Kachiro. We'll speak with the bartender, then we'll go up to Kachiro Space, get some flight codes. You're going to recognize this place if you watched me level up piloting earlier. But shouldn't take too long since I know where they are. I don't think I have a waypoint on this character to them, but it's fine. I got like their approximate location. Alright, so let's go up to the cantina. Don't break. Cool. I'm always worried about dismounting here. Likes to break. Start up on the first floor of the Great Tree. We're gonna go find the bartender right here on Ludo. Hello there, Outworldler. What can I get you? Actually, I'm not really interested in a drink. I ain't got time to deal with anyone who ain't drinking. If you change your mind, I will be here. Actually, I need to talk to you about something. Then quit wasting my time and speak up. I don't have all day to stand around here and flap my jaws with someone who doesn't want to drink. I honestly agree with the bartender. This is pretty circular. I understand there was an incident here the other night. Oh, that, yeah. There was a scuffle between some Trandos and Rhodians. They were jawing at each other the entire night. First, the Trandoshans would yell something at the Rhodians, and then the Rhodians would yell back. I thought it was going to be okay, but then the Rhodians got up to leave. But that is when one of the Trandoshans pulled out a blaster. Really? Then what happened? That Trandoshan, he just shot one of the Rhodians right in the back. Poor sucker never had a chance. I hit the floor and didn't see what happened to the other one, but from the sound of his scream, I can imagine. Who else have you told about this? No one yet. I try to keep my nose out of local troubles. I just serve drinks and make a few credits doing it. So I have the options of, if you know what's good for you, you'll stay that way. Listen, if you tell anyone else about what happened, you could be in danger. I'm going to go with that one. What sort of danger could I be in? I just serve drinks to thirsty patrons in this cantina. I never bothered anyone. No one even bothered with me. If you talk to the Trandoshans, they're going to get even. Yeah, I can see what you mean. That could be a nasty lot. Listen, I am not going to tell anyone anything. Tell them I saw nothing, I heard nothing, and I know nothing. I am not about to stick my neck out just because some Trandoshans had a problem with some Rhodians. Good. As long as you don't talk, you should be safe. Hey, thanks for the warning. I appreciate you helping me out like that. Yeah, that's what I was doing. All right, so once we launch, I'm immediately going to hyper to the Avatar platform because that is much closer to where the patrol leaders are. And while I'm hypering, I'm going to run my overloads. Okay, so we just came out of hyper at the Avatar platform point, and what we're going to do is we're going to just fly straight at it and straight past it. On your way, you can check to see if there's any patrol leaders near you, but I think this is mostly fighters here. The Avatar platform turrets can be a little dangerous if you're a low-tier fighter, but I believe the Avatar ships are mostly tier 3s and 4s, so you want to be a little bit if you're going to be doing this at higher level. But here they all are. They spawned in. It's a classic leveling spot. There we go. There's a flight leader. Tier 3 Ixion. Let's disable his vessel and inspect the craft for some access flight codes. Initiating inspection. We got him, so let's dock, and I guess we're docking to hack his computer, then transfer them over wire. I don't know why we can't steal them remotely, but whatever. Maybe he has them on a flash drive. I gotta go beat him up and take his chip. Alright, so we got the flight codes, and as suggested, we're gonna vaporize them so we can't tell anybody about what happened here. And I think that's all we have to do. Yep. So, you know what time it is, everybody. Time to pod. I don't think I need to bring my world map up for this anymore. I think I just do this. I mean, I could probably navigate there without it. I just have a force of habit of like using the overhead map and world map to navigate this game. Because sometimes the environment doesn't have a lot of landmarks that you can use to navigate. Even on like adventuring worlds that have had a lot more time put into being handcrafted environments, like Kashyyyk, it could still get a little turned around. I'll admit that Kashyyyk's probably one of the easier ones to navigate without looking at a map. Mustafar I find pretty easy to navigate due to how they segmented the world, so it's really easy to be like, oh, I'm over here, I know what's over here. But like, you drop me on lock, and I'm like, it's all Utah. You just put me on Utah. Where is anything? Or maybe Arizona's closer. Back with Bourne talk, though, he says, did your little conversation with the bartender go well? That's to say he isn't going to be talking to anyone. He gets 10,000 credits. Yes, now I can finally relax. You've done well in helping me, and I won't forget the lessons I've learned from this experience. As promised you as a reward, I think I will go to the canteen and celebrate with a few of those blessed gut crunchers. And then if we talk to him again, he says, just because you helped me before doesn't mean that I want to be your friend. Well, he's honest at least. I appreciate that. If I said we're talking to Dakari, I lied. We're talking to Mausoleum. You've made it back. How interesting. I was certain that you were just as soft as you look. Thanks? But maybe you do have something to you. The codes appear to be in order, and now we have to move on to the next stage of our operation. Now we need to get Avatar's access keys. Isn't that what I just got? Of course not. All you stole from the flight leader was the landing codes. You still need to get the codes that will actually let you inside the station itself. You'll need to get that from a black scale who has access. Okay, how do I get the Avatar's access keys? By stealing a special key card that their slave masters carry. There is one in particular that I want you to make disappear. He goes by the name of Klesk and is currently working down south in Edie. There are rumors that the Black Scales maintain a small slaver camp in the southern portion of the area. You should start your search for him there. There's certainly a lot of keys and codes involved in getting there. Did you expect it to be protected by a rusty screen door? Of course. Then we take over, and the entire system will be overhauled, and we will use DNA scanners to determine who should be allowed inside. Are you ready to get started? Yes, I'm ready to begin. See, you're just making the slavery here worse by doing this. Good, and feel free to come make Klesk suffer a little bit before you put him down. Once you have his pass, stop by and I'll give you further instructions. Let's talk to Listenor, though, who has a uniquely colored Ace flight jacket on. I wish you could recolor the jackets. A pilot. I think it's supposed to be a pilot. You are a pilot, aren't you? Of course you are. I can tell just by the way you walk. What the fuck? That arrogant strut, smug, expressive air of absolute confidence. No one but a pilot can pull that look off. I think there's some people who aren't pilots that do act like that. But either way, I know my way around a cockpit. What do you want? I need to hire some guards. Actually, I would prefer you to hire a team of them. You see, I run a group of shuttles that transfer the captured furballs from here up to this Avatar space platform. Unfortunately, the Resistance has been getting bolder and bolder in attacking convoys. I need fighter pilots who can protect my shuttles. I could be interested in that. Good. How I run things is that I fill up several shuttles at the same time and send them in convoys to the station. This helps reduce overhead, but also means that if I lose a convoy, I take a big hit. For every ship you get through, I would pay extra, and if you can get them all through in one piece, I'll have a bonus for you. Right, when do we leave? It says, the convoy is ready to launch as soon as it is in escort awaiting for it in space. I highly recommend that you put together a few pilots to help you on this. The Resistance tends to attack in larger forces against a convoy, and a single pilot might have trouble keeping those shuttles safe. Well, I'm going to try to Luna anyways. So I think what the plan is, we're going to go to Edie first, since we're kind of on our way there. Defeat the slaver to get the access key. Then we're going to Mystical Stone, back to Kachiro, launch into space, do the space escort, and then we'll return. You know, the Kashyyyk content lasts a lot longer than I give it credit for, but then again, a lot of it is just a lot of point A to point B, man. Just so much. All right, so we are now in Edie, and we're hunting down the Slave Master that Mausoleum sent us after. The Slave Master's all the way down here in the southwestern, or southeastern, or I guess that's the straight southern part of the map, in between the Belugas and the Web Weavers. So we have a little bit of a journey ahead of us, but we'll get there. If only I could use mounts in Edie and the Dead Forest. Honestly, if I had a choice between Edie or the Dead Forest, even though that sounds silly, but I think I'd rather have a mount in the Dead Forest, just because unless you're doing all the Edie quests, you're not going to spend much time in Edie, but a lot of quests have you running in and out of the Dead Forest at one point or another. And if you're doing repeat content like NK, you're more likely to go and do NK than you are to come in here and do the Heroic Glade. Why are there two Web Weavers down here? There's just two random Web Weavers here. Whatever. Anyways, we're here at the camp. They are level 46 elites. I'm just going to beat them up, though. There's Slave Master. Click. He's dead. That's it. Gotta go back. But we're going to go do the Slaver Convoy. So, Mystical Stone, go. Alright, we're in space, and we're going to go protect some convoys. Apparently, this one's going to be pretty tough. This is definitely another one that I don't remember doing. I think I skip it a lot of the time. So, hopefully I can protect the ship. I have faith in my abilities. I can't imagine it's going to be harder than tipping the scale. Alright, so now we have to wait for the ship convoy to show up. Ahoy, I'm ready to be underway. The rest of the ships are right behind me. Convoy leader. Heavy freighter. Doesn't even have a tier assigned to it. Second convoy ship. Again, no tier assigned to it. Interesting. I wonder if these convoy ships are uniquely scripted. Third convoy ship. I have no idea how strong these are. I don't remember doing this quest. I feel like I remember this. Wow, 4 of you. Shit. I guess that is a lot of area to cover. All of your ducks are in a row. We are ready whenever you are. I mean, I'm ready. Let's go. He's gonna start moving? Oh, yeah. Roger that. Sending course for the Avatar space platform. I just sat there inside. I like the idea that he's like, we're ready when you are, and then he just waits for us to respawn, and we just sit there in silence, and he's like, all right, got it, we're going. Very professional of the slaver. So there's the Avatar platform station over there. Obviously, they're not heading directly towards it for some reason. They must have another point that they path to and then hop out or something. I'm looking forward to seeing what ships we're dealing with here. What is the top speed of the convoy leader? 179. I am going to have a great, excellent time slowly drifting through space with these wonderful slayers. Just excellent. I hope that it's not very far we have to go. I can already feel my teeth being pulled from my skull. You know, there's an NPC out there called Trip's Base Security Chief, with Trip is probably referring to Trip Rar the Rhodian, because this base does have Rhodian fighters around it. So I'm wondering what questline has you dealing with Rhodian fighters. I can't for the life of me remember if I've ever done one that dealt with them. Love space content. I know how, like, just earlier I was talking about it's hard to have a good, like, Star Wars experience without it being space. And by that, I mean, like, good space content. Going at a literal snail, going at 1/4 the speed of the base ship you get is not what I call good space content. This is what I call burrito losing his mind content. I just, come on, man. I know that ship can go faster than that. I've always thought about, like, for some of the space segments, like when I'm editing these for YouTube. Oh, there they are. Tier 3 A-Wings? Yeah, I'm real scared, dude. Better bring some friends to help you with these Tier 3 A-Wings. I'm like, bro, these guys they don't have dick on Lord Zssik. You kidding me? Remember, kids, the hardest part about hitting an A-Wing is just that it's small. If it doesn't have the ship parts to match its to give a high speed, then not much to worry about. I'm trying to think of a Star Wars game that's come out recently that's had a space aspect that I've actually enjoyed, and honestly, I can't think of one, because either the Star Wars experiences are only a space aspect, like Squadrons, which is good, it was a good game, or there's no space in it, like Fallen Order. I haven't played Jedi Survivor yet, but I don't think there's a space part of it. DICE's Battlefront 2 space part, I know that was developed by a different studio, but having gone back and played a bit of the story recently and getting put in those space missions, man, kind of wish they just omitted it if they were going to implement space like that. It's not that the original Battlefront 2 space missions were, like, really good. It's just that they fit the core gameplay of, like, Conquest well, where, like, DICE's Battlefront, the only objective of space is to slay each other. There's no, like, ship-to-ship boarding action or, like, interesting ship loadouts. Yeah, you got bombers and light fighters and interceptors, but since the main point of the space battle is just blow each other up, why would you ever, like, pick a loadout that's just not served best by fighting other ships and dogfighting? It's... Maybe one day we'll get a Star Wars games again that has both killer ground and complementary space. Maybe. I'm still sitting here wondering what Ubisoft's doing. I know they're working on a Star Wars game, but they haven't really said much about it. And at this point, I'm just here sitting to believe like it's just gonna be Assassin's Creed, but Star Wars, or Far Cry, but Star Wars. Ubisoft does have good devs. They just sometimes get stuck doing the same stuff. Oh my goodness. Thank you. You gave me something to shoot at least. Wait, where are they? Oh yeah, right. They don't spawn in as enemies immediately for some reason. So I have to pick them out. Man, I'm glad I didn't ask anyone to come help me with this space mission. They'd be rightfully mad for me for wasting their time. They'd be like, oh my god, it's not going anywhere, and there's not even good loot. Why did you bring me out here? By the way, there are Resistance bombers and X-Wings now, so, you know, we're not just shooting A-Wings. Okay, there was one X-Wing and two Y-Wings. The bombers make sense, you know? The convoy leader took some shield damage. That's all that happened. It's still super strange to me that, like, since licensing rights have been, the exclusivity of licensing rights have been revoked from EA, or, well, not, they revoke's the wrong word, expired. Since it expired with EA and Disney did not renew the exclusivity contract, I kind of thought there'd be an explosion of Star Wars games again, like the old LucasArts days, well, older, like the, like, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, but no, not really. You just had, you know, Respawn do the Jedi Knight Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor games, and then the Squadrons game, which was alright, and then the battle, and then shit, what else did we have besides the mobile games? I think that's it, right? Am I forgetting something? I think that's it. Oh, the Lego game. The Lego games. The Force Awakens Lego game and the Skywalker Saga Lego games. But other than that, it's not, we haven't been getting like licensed games or anything. And it's super weird to me, considering like Disney's really spanking on the, you know, Disney Plus train, leveraging Star Wars for that. They're now working on new Star Wars movies. So it is kind of weird that, like, they're not leveraging it more. But maybe, I don't know, maybe their experience with EA has made them feel that they have to be more guarded about how they license out their games, or license out their IPs. Which, to be fair, some of the Marvel games recently have been pretty hit and miss for them. Like, I know The Marvels, that was the name of the game. I know that didn't exactly pop off. But the Spider-Man games have been doing all right. I know games have evolved to be quite expensive and time-consuming and require a lot of people. But it still feels weird considering how much money Disney has to throw at, like, projects to build and, like, support their IPs. But whatever, man. I'm sure there's something they know that I don't. Damn, these guys really flew 10,000 meters in a not straight line at 179 speed. I think my soul's leaving my body. They still have... Oh, come on. You guys, please jump soon. I bet the reward's gonna be some shitty space part that's not even useful. It's the funniest part. It's gonna be like, here's this weapon 5. I'm like, cool, thanks. Still think some of the Kashyyyk quests are some of the better, more interesting pieces of content. But obviously, it's not like a uniform experience across the board. Yeah, Cyclops, keep me going. uh, like, I think ED overall is actually pretty good. If they just change the quest so that you'd have to double back as much to the Rhodian camp, it'd be even better. Just so you're not traversing the same ground repeatedly. The Riot Trail is pretty good, and even though you do some double backing in the Riot Trail, even though you're walking everywhere, the trail's just short enough to where it doesn't feel too bad. I'd honestly wish it was a little bit more compressed. That's one thing that the designers do a really poor job when structuring quests, or designing the worlds at least. They just make them too freaking big, man. Like, why is the Myyydril Caverns, especially the back half, so freaking big? I get that, again, it was supposed to be a CU dungeon that took a lot of time to get through, but, like, come on, man. Just, I'd rather have you increase the difficulty, but have the physical ground covered, shortened, than have that much stuff, just that much physical space to traverse. Especially when you're doing it repeatedly. Hey, I'm escorting ships for you guys. Why are you shooting me, ass? I got too close to the avatar platform. They want to talk to me now. Again, I am helping you guys. Stop shooting me. It's even farther than 10,000 meters. We're going past the station. Oh, I'm gonna die. Like one of those experiences where I could definitely feel myself physically aging. Why are you turning? Just leave. I got you here. Just leave. I'm sure this space mission was hard at some point for ace pilots, right? People are like, Burrito, why don't you love every aspect of space? I'm like, look at what I'm doing right now. I don't think this is as miserable as the patrol 14 waypoints for 60,000 meters objective during Corellia's Corsac space quest, but this one's definitely taking longer. Because I think the Corsac one was like 9 or 10 minutes, but there was this meme. The only thing that limited me was my ship speed. This one, we've been up here, I shit you not, for 20 minutes. I looked at the clock when we launched, foolishly. It's just this. I'm just dying. The long missions are hard to handle. I agree, Cyclops. They are more of a challenge of mental fortitude than they are anything else. Like, I could see, like, people who do space and be like, yeah, I always have, like, a podcast going or a YouTube video on the side or something. They're doing something. They're not just doing this. I know, like, convoys and beacons, there's stuff to do. It goes faster. High-tier duty missions, etc. But, like, when you're just doing space quests, it's such, like, a... It's such a mixed bag, especially since last session we had Lord Zssik with the tipping the scale battle, where it's like you go into space and then it's like, oh no, everything died, we failed, and then like a bunch of big ass ships come out, you're like, yeah, and then you have a lot of fun, and then you go do this mission, which is like, hey, you've been in space for 20 minutes killing tier 3s every once in a while. Kick rocks, kid. It's like, come on, man. I can't believe, like, you could have, like, such a good space mission in the Kashyyyk piloting storyline, and then this. Oh, look how many of them there are! Wow, they launched a missile at me. I'm not even gonna trap that. I'm just leaving it. It's funny, I was prepared to do Avatar platform today, too, and everything, but then I was like, there's this one black scale quest I haven't done yet. It can't take too long, could it? 30 minutes later, I regret everything. You don't even use chaff? I use chaff when I'm, like, doing higher difficulty space stuff and I really don't want to die, but unless you're, like, fighting tier 5s, like, the missiles aren't even going to register on you in terms of difficulty. Or in terms of damage. And even then, a lot of tier 5 missiles aren't much. But, like, if I'm doing convoys, I'll chaff that. Yeah, I mean, definitely for PvP. PvP, you're gonna be you're gonna be having to land and reload your chaff before you launch back up. That's for sure. Especially since they buffed missiles. Now you see a few more people running chassis that actually make room for or have one or more tubes in them. So missiles are becoming quite more of a bit of a meta gamer there. So landing and reload, like last time I did GCW PvP, I had to land I think at least twice to reload my chaff. But yeah, for most PvE, you don't really need to worry about chaff. Make those, yeah, it's good. It's moneymaker. It's not too hard, I think, right? I mean, I don't do shipwright actually. I shouldn't talk what is hard and what's easy for shipwright crafting. All I know, it's not like you're making an engine. I'm sure there's fewer resource quantities to think about. Or, like, because I know, like, on ship parts, you're, like, thinking about unit toughness, shock resistance, overall quality, malleability, and other stuff. I'm a no-brain weaponsmith. All I think about is shock resistance and OQ. Everything else goes out the window. Unless I do beast mastery stuff, then I'm like, okay, I'll also look at the unit toughness. The Avatar's plate file reports that they have one of our ships in their safety net. Oh, they gotta go one at a time. God, you're breaking my balls here. There they go. 10,000 credits. 100% of the convoy received. Each member of your team will receive 10,000 credits. That, I could have made more credits just running a duty mission than doing this. That took 27 minutes. Okay. That space mission took so long, I forgot what I was doing. Okay, yeah, okay. Let's just go back and talk to the quest givers. Got it. Okay. All right, here's the listener. I received word that you managed to get the convoy through. I knew that you had it in you. I would have loved to see the looks on those resistance furballs' faces when you blew them to pieces. It wasn't any problem. You get paid another 10,000 credits? Maybe not, but I'm impressed. Here's a little something extra for your troubles. Doesn't even reward us with a ship player, just 10,000k. So we made 20k in 27 minutes. It's not even a k a minute. Yeah, that's a bad ROI. Either way, here's a mausoleum. Nicely done. That passcode, we now have full access to the Avatar space platform, and you have recovered the codes just in time. Chauru has sent word to Oruru that the Wookiees are ready to speak with you. Great, so what do I do? Turn around and walk over to Oruru and talk to him. Oruru may be a Wookiee, but he knows a winning team when he sees one. I have no doubts that he will guide you down the correct path. Here's Oruru the Betrayer. Good, you are finally here. Charu has left a message with me for you. A leader of the Wookiee resistance named Harakakak has agreed to meet with you. Or am I to meet this Wookiee? He will be in the city of Kachiro. According to Charu, he isn't easy to set up this meeting, and I get the impression that Harakakak is going to test you before he decides what to make of you. What do I do once I meet him? You have the landing and access codes of the Avatar platform. Harakakak must be convinced to attack the platform, pretend to be a friend of the Wookiees, bribe him, whatever it takes. Harakakak wants to attack the platform and will do his best to believe whatever you tell him. What do you mean? The Avatar is more than just a retraining and staging area. It is a symbol of Trandoshan oppression. The Resistance wants nothing more than to destroy that symbol, but they never had the means before. Once you bring me the means, they will want to believe anything you tell them so badly that their judgment will be clouded. So I just show up and give Harakakak the codes? If I know my people, they will make a show of making you prove your worth. Most likely, they will tell you to go kill something or other. Like having you bash an animal over the head makes you an honest person. Whatever they ask of you, I am sure it will not be anything you cannot handle. Okay, I am ready for my meeting. Very well. Harakakak will be waiting for your arrival in Kachiro. Charu said that you were to meet him up in the Tree City on the 2nd level. Come back to me when you have accomplished your task. Back to the big tree. Okay, we're back at the big tree, 2nd level. Here we go. I believe he's over near the Elder. Here's Herwakakok the Mighty. Excuse me? I haven't traveled to Kachiro yet, apparently. I guess there was a waypoint that I had to hit. Excuse me? Where? Okay. There, we hit the trigger. I don't know why it's there, but whatever. Let's go up to the second level again. Maybe we had to pick him a flower and bring it to him. I don't know why. Harakakok says, you must be the one that Charu told me about. He told me that you were most insistent on meeting with me. Why? I have something you might be interested in. You have something that would interest me? I doubt that very much. I have no use for any off-worlder. You are the reason that my people are tortured, enslaved, and worse. Your apathy has allowed the Trandoshans to make my home a war zone. So what could you possibly have that I would be interested in? You know, he's right. How about the access codes of the Avatar space platform? You lie. Those codes are closely guarded and no one but the slavers know how to get them. Take a look at these. Those certainly do seem to be the codes, but why would you want to give us those? It does not make any sense. I'm a friend and I believe in your cause. Lying through my teeth. Believe in our cause, you say? Is it true that it is true that I want those codes so that we can finally take this fight straight to those slavers, but I do not know you and do not trust you. You will be given a chance to prove yourself to me in the traditions of my forefathers. What is it you want me to do? You must purify your soul and prove you are worthy of the Wookiee people by slaying a Minstinger. The Minstinger are great beasts who dwell in the depths of the Riot Trail, but you are not to kill just any old Minstinger. You are to bring me back the head of Scratch. Scratch? A Minstinger that is said to be so old that even the elders remember stories of him from their youth. A powerful and wicked creature who has set many a brave warrior to the eternal beyond. If you bring me back the head of Scratch, I will call you a friend and accept your generous gift. I will kill Scratch. Then go to the bottom of the Riot Trail and do not return to me until you have the head of Scratch. May the hunters of the past guide your steps into the future. Back to the place you all love, the Riot Trail. I am very looking forward to Mustafar. I feel that Mustafar is a much better constructed quest experience. Because you know what? For most of the quests, where it makes sense, you just pick them up, go out, do them, come back, and you're done. Or you pick them up, go do a main part of it, come back, turn it in, reasonable story explanation for you getting a different part that takes you somewhere else. It's not just, go out, come back, cool, go out, come back. Like, it's like, please God, just stop. It's a little bit more palatable when it comes to how the game treats the player's time. I know they want to pad content in MMOs all the time because, you know, keep people engaged. The longer they're playing the game, the more money they'll spend, the longer they'll stay subscribed, etc. Buy into the cash shop, except sunk cost fallacy, yada yada yada. But I hate people who don't respect. I hate games that don't respect my time. And this game certainly isn't one that does it in all regards. And I've been better about drawing my boundaries with that. Like, if I'm not having fun, or I feel that, like, I've seen enough, I am satisfied, I go do something else. But, you know, I'm trying to also give a holistic view of the content in the game, the stuff you can go do. And I know the stuff that I've been doing, people might be like, it's nice to see this, you know, once again, but I don't want to do that shit. Thanks for doing it so I don't have to, kind of thing. And that's totally fine. Similarly, I also understand some people are like, is anyone actually here questing? I think they are. Just gonna wave. I'm just gonna move along. But anyways, like I was saying, I know some people are like, wow, I didn't know that exists. I'm going to do that myself. And they get excited to go do it. And that's totally fine. I never want my, as I've stated before, I don't want my live reviews to really taint anyone's motivation to go do these things. And when I don't feel that it's worth your time or even fun or even novel, I'll mention it. Like, that Space Quest sucked, but I'm not going to tell you to not go do it because it was differently formatted than others. And some people have more patience than I when it comes to just slowly patrolling, but obviously not my favorite. There's Scratch. You see him before. We were down here. We were killing min stingers. I'm going to hit him with paint target. Pull him over here. Give me the 1-2 buckle shoe. Wow, so difficult. Mystical Stone, go. That's why I didn't go rebuff. I knew Scratch wasn't going to be a big problem. I am here to subject myself to certain quest lines that people may or may not want to do themselves. And, you know, I want to experience them, even if I resent them for whatever reason, just or like if I've never done them before, like that space mission we just did. I don't remember ever doing that. So, new to me, glad I did it. Never going to do that one again. You can't make me. Here's Rocketcock. Ah, the head of Scratch, an old enemy of has been slain by a newfound friend. You have proven yourself to be honorable and trustworthy. I graciously accept your gift of the access codes. The Wookiee will rise up against their oppressors and strike at their heart. You will attack the Avatar space platform? Yes, the Trandoshans will finally feel the wrath built from the great sorrow that has been growing inside my people since ages past. We will show them no mercy since they haven't shown us any. Thank you, my friend. Cool. We did it. Yeah, I'm a little shocked about how long Kashyyyk has taken overall. There is a lot of stuff to do here, but again, if I was to like tally up, I'm sure I want to say like maybe 70% of my time here was just A to B. I know that's because I'm over leveled, and so I didn't have to engage in combat as frequently, but damn. Damn. Back with Oruru. How did the meeting with Rocketcock go? He's going to lead a full attack on the Avatar. Good, the Zssik will be most pleased with this development. The chaos that Fool will cause will be the perfect cover for your commando operation. What commando operation? No one told you? How interesting. I suggest that you speak with Zssik. He's the leader of the Zssik clan and has personally organized the final stage of our operation. Take this rifle and use it against the enemies of Zssik. Now get moving. You don't keep the clan of Chief Zssik waiting if you know what's good for you. Here's the Trandoshan hunting rifle. Can be recrafted. Kind of cool skin. It's definitely a unique one. Level 88 weapon. An appropriate reward for the level. Not a great rifle considering it's missing an element, so, you know. Wait, hold on. The end of it's just flat. Oh, is it a toy gun? Anyways, there's a Zssik. It is good that we finally meet, Bum. The others have told me so much about your talents, and I'm quite interested in testing them out for myself. Sounds kind of gross, but alright. I am Zssik Bloodscale, clan chief of Zssik, and soon to be master of the Avatar. Pleasure to meet you. Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. I'm going to say that. As I said, my name is Zssik Bloodscale, not Mr. Fancy Pants. Perhaps you should have someone check your hearing for you. You need all of your senses in order to accomplish your next task. I didn't know Zssik was the straight man of this comic bit, but never mind. Nice to meet you. Now that we have exchanged pleasantries, let's get down to business. We have been monitoring the activity around the Avatar and would appear that the Resistance attacked nearly as soon as they had the codes in their furry little palms. Now is the time for you to finish the job. You have begun. What is it that I need to be doing? You are going to use the chaos of the Wookiee attack on the Avatar to sneak aboard and perform some very important tasks for us. Your first step will be to collect ID cards from the Blackscale Guard captains. What do you need those for? That's something that does not concern you. Focus on the job at hand. Once you have completed that simple job, do us a favor and kill that bothersome Wookiee Rocketcock. Why do you want me to kill Rocketcock? Once we take over power from the Blackscale, we will be fighting the Resistance in their stead. They will be far easier to manage without that one filling their heads full of bad ideas. Finally, you are to activate the station's self-destruct and get off the platform. How do I manage that? I'm afraid that I do not know. I would imagine that there has to be some sort of information on the subject stored in the Avatar's computer banks. You should look for instructions there. The self-destruct code, or the self-destruct should take care of anyone still alive on the station, Wookiee or Trandoshan. Okay, you can consider the job done. You can only reach the Avatar by flying to it in orbit above Kashyyyk. And once you have completed all of the tasks I have set before you, return to me and report of your success. Yeah, he is kind of like Mr. Spock, kind of a straight man, just a bit more bloodthirsty and war criminally. Alright, so today we mostly finished the Myyydril Caverns. Apparently there was a named NPC that I just couldn't find that I guess might have had something to do for us. The Wookiee that starts with the letter A. I just, for the life of me, cannot find her. And I was not going to start combing the desert for her. Then we started working for Black Scales, which had us doing a variety of tasks, everything from hiding the body to escorting the slowest and most vulnerable convoy in history. And now we can finally assault the Avatar platform. However, that is going to be quite the endeavor, so I think that's going to be for our next session, where we will assault the Avatar platform and then help the Civilian Protection Guild out in space to try and make up for all of our slaver-assisting deeds. But thanks for everyone who came out for this episode and watched it, and I'll see you in the next one.